keep an eye on, as Aiden Holloway has now checked in for the Tide, as has Jaron Stevenson. Philon for three. And it's Micah Clayton Jr.
Yeah, Sherrill too much on the ball and nobody on the weak side. Just a quick slip to the bucket for the easy dunk.
Philon hesitates, can't hit it, and then working hard.
Morey had to step in, and he didn't quit.
Philon still going. Spins off the back of the iron and down with it, Clayton.
It's the big guys that screened off the help. Another pass.
How did he find Stevenson? Philon. And it's going against Bama.
That lob, but it led to a three. You tapped it out, and that essentially served as the pass that led to the three-point shot.
A clean look for Philon. He'll miss the three, but another
shot maker. Really good cutter. He's had some great games this year. 30 against Georgia, 25 against Texas A&M.
1 year with Belmont, third year Alabama.
How impressive has this Florida defense been early in the second half?
Whoa! How about that impressive?
Yeah, at different tempos. They can play fast, they can play slow.
They've had 6 different players lead them in scoring this year. They don't rely too heavily on anybody as Labaron. Philon, look at how hard he's having to work. Diabate kicks it out. Youngblood to the corner. Philon there. Clayton the rebound.
The other thing
about any time they want. Williams, terrible pass picked off by Stevenson. They get a 3-on-1. Philon absorbs and lays it up and in. He is a strong driver for a freshman. Back in, Holloway was right there to rip it. That's the 5th turnover for Kentucky. Pretty move, Philon. And a finish.
He is gifted. He is absolutely gifted. And now knocking down the three-point shot.
Owe, difficult bounce pass, 6th turnover. And watch out, Philon and Owe. Oh my goodness, Labaron, Philon putting on a show. And one of the top prospects in the 2024 recruiting class, Reed on the floor for Alabama as Philon's three empty. Good box out by Noah on Reed.
As Nate Oates has Grant Nelson as his post player.
4-point game.
Zoned by Kentucky for the first time.
Philon way too strong, out of bounds off Alabama. And they've really generally been uncontested. Philon a challenge for anybody. The floater doesn't go. The rebound ripped Sherrill. Yay tournament. Perry too short.
Alabama pressing up to take away those threes for the most part from Kentucky.
Philon followed his own shot.
He's the best athlete on the floor, right? Labaron Philon,
yeah.
The best athlete.
Williams, that's a turnover, and here comes Philon one-on-one with Brea. Up and in, Labaron Philon show here in Nashville.
He's in the first possession for Kentucky in this half, and Mark Sears is probably the most physical point guard screener we have in the league.
Philon, no, a decent defense that time by Perry. Philon sizing up Andrew Carr. Now launches a three. Spot on. Labaron Philon is having a rock star night for Alabama.
He was also a terrific wide receiver and defensive back until he gave it up in the 9th grade.
And he can do this too. He's pretty good at basketball.
Kentucky just has no answer to keep this kid from
the backboard. And that didn't work, so here comes Philon again. Tricky dribbles through his legs, pulls up, three-pointer. No. Great hustle. Owe had it and he kept it. Crazy. Philon all the way to the basket, uncontested. Pope is not pleased. What will it take for the other lead? Won the tip. Philon, Broom came over and he may have intimidated a little bit. Both these teams in their recent losses destroyed on the glass. As Philon floats one, no good. There's an offensive rebound, and Omori gets it to go. Last foul on Auburn on Miles Kelly. They rave about Philon's ability to go right and left. How about a step back three? No, front iron.
There's some kind of Jersey melody, Jerry. I said
Philon, Jimmy to the rack, no good. Out of bounds off of Auburn. Offense by Janai Broom.
That's shot he wanted. Good position.
Philon replaced Stevenson. That's no good. And they have a run out.
Great follow through. Rotation.
Philon baseline. Oh, what a pretty play over Broom.
Tell you what, he's a strong, physical kind of guy. Great defensive play that created the offense. That defensive effort and creating, taking that lob away, going the other way for two.
Boy. Cardwell just ran over Philon. There's 3 of the day, ties it at 69. Bad pass. And it's going to result in an easy layup. Boy, Philon just has a knack. This kid's as a true freshman, he competes. They have scored 17 points off those turnovers, and they need a basket. And they got one from the freshman Philon. They just completely
the screen right there. Take that middle range jump shot.
Aaron Philon, a floater of his own. That's Amori, and he's there to flush it. The value of it. Working hard, fires one up. Now Philon, the freshman, all day. Too strong.
Too much time to think. Too much time to think.
Out of Nigeria, 250 has been phenomenal. Look at the hands by Philon. He picked Pettiford and lays it up. That's freshman on freshman crime there.
2 diaper daddies.
Shot 2 threes in the game earlier as well. Sears wants one. No good. He'll get it back, though. Philon will fire. No. Look at Nelson. Oh, wow.
Cannot afford. That's a turnover for a touchdown.
Florida 3rd in the country in fast break points. Philon leaning in and drops that one home. Tough shot.
Most of that dribble handoff action, and that means it's going to be a back cut.
Youngblood couldn't handle the pass, but Florida turns it over again in transition. Philon missed the shot, couldn't tip it. Klobjar out of there with.
In his last 3 games, he's 10 of 18 from 3. He's been knocking them down.
Lob for Nelson, broken up, but cleaning it up inside is Philon with the basket. You saw Elijah Martin returning to the bench for Florida on his last 2 possessions with the ball. Florida by 1. Philon, a little quiet in the first half, drives, and gets that one to fall off glass. Philon put, you mentioned, did not hit a 3 in the first half, connects here.
Well, Alabama's playing off Ruben Chinyelu, and he did a great job of screening to open that up. If you're not going to be up to touch to the level of the screen.
Back in the starting lineup after coming off the bench the last couple of games. He was hurt against Mississippi State a handful of games ago. Philon's spot up 3 is good.
Just impeccable how often an offensive rebound leads to a quality 3.
Makes it a 2-point game. Philon in the paint, in and out, rebounded by Hauk. As the ball arrived, and it's a 7-point lead. Florida matching its largest of the day.
As soon as Condon makes that handoff, he just gets right to the rim. And you can throw it up to him. He's big.
21 points for Clayton. Trying to get his 7th game of 25 or more. Big hit by Philon. A much-needed 3 for Alabama. There are a lot of NBA scouts in attendance. Walter Clayton's making some money tonight as a scorer and the distributor. Nice move by Philon in the lane. Give him the teardrop.
What Alabama really needs is a set play after the 3 by Mark Sears. What an answer to get that back door on the open side.
In and out. Philon almost had it go down.
They wound up losing their first game in the SEC tournament, and then they went to the Final Four. I mean, I think for a lot of these teams, they're going to feel better when they get out of SEC play and play somebody else.
Philon with a big.
In the last game, he came in with South Florida.
Great hands by Philon, Dick. Ziegler fouled him. That's going to be 3. Ravi, that's a big call. That's the second.
Out in transition. They're as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
Check out the last foul, guys, was called on Lanier. Top of the key, 3 good Philon, and he is playing above his skis right now. Lanier, here's another turnover. Philon, a pull-up 3. No good.
Boy, you got lucky against Alabama. You don't run transition defense in
Short for him.
Yeah.
Too short. Too easy.
They don't practice the short ones. Philon, he threw it right over the backboard.
Well, Tennessee has got to get back and stop.
Alabama rebound.
Good job by Bama, though, to stay in front of that ball, man. That is so key.
Philon, the floater, no. And a tussle, and it's a
Win it.
Tuesday. It's a difficult game for Auburn, who wiped out Kentucky today. They'll be at A&M at 9 Eastern time on ESPN. That's too easy for Philon underneath.
Alabama is so good. Look at Akpar, make it tough.
Nelson isolated last time. He finds Philon. No. In and out. Omori had it.
Time today. We may be headed for a little overtime.
Philon. No good. Ziegler bangs into Sears, and by doing so, lost the ball. Philon, green light special, lays it up and in.
What a terrific play by Philon. Designates the true front.
Third straight NCAA tournament appearance for Mississippi State in 3 years.
Philon in deep, up over Kugel, gets it to go. Labaron Philon is a big
to guard anyways. Still learning and growing in that area. If I'm Alabama, I go right at Josh Hubbard 2 or 3 possessions.
What they did is go right to a zone, and that left Omori open for the finish. Stevenson finds Philon right on. 1 of 10 from three-point land. 1 of 10. Philon passed it, then he came all the way out to set up a 3. Stevenson, he got
uplifted not only the SEC but college basketball. Auburn sitting there as the #1 team in the country and a real threat to lock this SEC regular season up. Got on him early. They top blocked him with size and made it really difficult for him to get to seeing a big rim in this gym.
Pretty play, Philon, who jumped straight up. He was looking for a foul.
Prepare for in terms of how they play on the defensive end.
Stevenson, Philon fills in. Not a bounce. They went to that zone. I think it might have been a little bit more young blood induced.
Boy, they bring it, don't they? With speed, Alabama. Look at this. Within 4 seconds. Bam. Within 4 seconds. They secure that ball, and they got to get. And that is a guy that can stop a run when the opposing team is on one, and that's Janai Broom.
Philon. 9-zip, Missouri 12-zip. Nelson, late pass. They got an open 3. No. Rebound, Diamante underneath. Difficult shot, deflected out. Here's Alabama again. Labaron Philon pulls up. No good. Noah kept it alive. Williams.
Man, the ones you got to make in this league.
Near turnover. Layup missed. Boy, an easy one there.
Again, layups missed.
Players commit to Mark Pope.
I followed him from Utah as Williams with a goaltend.
That's great offense. Again, what is Alabama doing? The first 10 seconds.
Good. How about Sears with the box? Let me see if they get a shot off in the first 10 again.
Yep.
They will, and it might be for 3.
I love that kid.
Enter tonight because he got a chance to win a Porsche box.
Tide need an answer quickly. They need a bucket. Labaron Philon, by the way, into the starting lineup for the first time in a handful of games. His layup is way offline. Boy, that was a fun one. Mitchell with 9. Back in his home state, Philon takes it right into Grill's sternum. That's an aggressive take.
Philon said enough.
Works hard for the rebound, muscles his way up, but he can't finish. Here's Philon, knocks it away, and Labaron Philon gets it back to 18. Philon splits a pair into the corner. Sherrell got his man of the year. Gets rid of it.
Philon resets and connects.
It's unbelievable. The defense is great.
Wing 3 is offline. And so Brill today, 2 of 7 from distance. Philon open momentarily and knocks it in.
Solid interference run by Marks.
Playing 2 hours from home.
And it's been a great fit for both Mitchell and Coach Gates.
Well, Philon now back-to-back on this side.
Philon is good off the dribble. With it, finish the play.
Crowd's back. Sears to an open Philon, sets the feet. Stevenson backside rebound. Back out to Sears. It's a new majority. And boy, the struggles for Pierce continue at the line. Door is open. Philon puts it in. 8-point game. 2:03 to go.
And here's what Dennis Gates will do. He's got T.O. board.
I mean, John, 110. 110 today. Second time this season, but this, of course, the most impressive.
Up in the middle third of that floor. And if you go to Baker Mazzara, if he misses it, Dylan Cardwell's right there for the offensive rebound.
And at the other end, it'll go for the freshman Labaron. Won't go for Baker Mazzara, and the rebound to Amori.
Philon is a quick burst driver, but that's a quick trigger 3.
And the loose ball here in the first half at Coleman Coliseum. Number 1 and number 2. Philon the drive. Hangs in the air and hits.
Well, there's that quick burst as a driver.
Step back Jones, who is definitely feeling it here in the second half. A miss there. Philon attacking Jones and knocked out of bounds by Baker Mazzara. Picked up his dribble, finds Philon. Off balance, it'll go. And they've got it down to single digits.
Recovery by Diabate. Back screen for the inbounder, wide open, and he ended it.
Philon switches hands, and the rebound down to Johnson.
You're going to see Alabama.
Stevenson had Sears in the corner. He was waving his hands. He didn't get it to him. Philon into the paint. He was guarded hard by his former teammate. Stevenson went to the floor, missed that.
Sports period. And now that they're in the same league, this Alabama-Texas rivalry will grow and grow stronger in every sport.
Yeah, Philon stepped back right over Kaluma for a 3.
I'm a big fan of Philon. That dude.
I did see the neck go into a weird position.
Nice cut.
Wide open, and that's a goaltend on Shedrick. And Alabama's doing everything they want right now against Texas. Pretty pass down low, ripped from behind. That's defense. Morey got it done. All the way to the basket, up and in. Boy, they are quick.
That was big time by Labaron. Have just not finished off.
Sears goes into the lane and kicks it. Philon will fire. That's good. Boy, they are red hot right now from 3, and Nate Oates wants to throw it up, and that's exactly what he did, was throw it up. And here come the Tide. Philon pulls up. Ooh, good effort there by Nelson as he was falling to the ground.
See if Alabama can make enough twos to close this thing out on.
Philon gets the handoff. Amori rolls. He throws it up. There's Amori with an offensive rebound. And now a 3. And another one that goes in. Man, they aren't missing tonight.
Yeah, but
Holloway again will fire straight on. That one halfway down and out. And a good low retrieval that time. And a 3 misses from Philon. The advance. Nowhere to go. Kent lost his footing. Lost the ball. Philon. Flush.
boy, the depth of Alabama has been on display in the box. He has changed this Arkansas team with that length around the rim and his ability to stretch defenses.
Three's off the mark. Ivisic has the rebound.
8 and 9 can't play. That's not the case with Alabama.
Sears has it redirected by Adu. Philon for 3. He has been ice cold.
Holloway with a stick 3.
This was a 31-30 game late in the first half. That wasn't interference. Philon. He now works on Ivisic. Got him in the air and got it to go.
Tom, another example though, Alabama, they come so fast. Push.
And an Arkansas turnover. 3-on-2. Sears finds Philon. Amori muscles it up. Alabama leads the country in scoring better than 90 points a game. Philon hangs, can't quite hit. And they do it not necessarily from three. They're only at 34%.
Philon left it short. Under 5 minutes to go.
Core and forced a turnover.
Philon off the side of the rim, fought for by Diabate in league play before they get a week off and take on Arkansas next. Philon left it short. Sherrell diving for it. Philon with 2. And that will do it from Tuscaloosa.
You're going to have moments that are rocky, but in this team you have to understand that you have so many players that you can lean on, and you need everyone going in the same direction.
Philon with the 3 ball. Mississippi
getting Grant Nelson deep up under the goal and going over the left shoulder.
Philon trying to turn the corner, gets the Euro to create space. That was filthy.
It was a high-level move.
This 3 off the mark, rebound to Philon.
Fortunate for Alabama in the last possession as a blown coverage. Jones is not able to knock down the open 3.
Philon, his scoop shot rolls off, tipping around at the rim. Tapped around a couple of times and Sears saves it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Sears all over the court. That won't go and knocked out of bounds. No, it stays alive, and a tough shot. He's had to work for it tonight.
He really has, and he's seen multiple defenders, different sizes and lengths.
Top of the key 3 for Philon. Excuse me, Damian Collins to inbound it and threw it away. One last chance now for Alabama. Philon lets it go off the mark. So after 20 minutes of
pretty happy. 2 court rushes.
That'll cost you.
Yes.
Nelson bounce pass. Holloway hangs in the air. What a shot. Excuse me, Philon hangs in the air after the
another second chance point opportunity.
Philon. Ooh, boy, he come out aggressive in the second half, but left it short. Fountain got popped in the eye. Too strong. Diabate on the run. Philon. Hop step, hangs, won't go, tapped around, and won by LSU.
And I really think it's been the difference. Bama has locked down the rim protection. Hit the rim.
Followed by Diabate. 6 of 6 at the line. He has made 28 consecutive free throws. Back the other way, little floater, no good. Rebound to Collins. 10-point.
Wisconsin like weather. By the way, today, freezing temperatures in Tuscaloosa, though everybody has showed up. High off the glass, there's the rookie Labaron Philon. Looked like that one was partially tipped. He in the Kentucky win went for 25. Looking for it here in the paint. Instead, he streaks out. Philon into the lane. That's out. McLaughlin the board. Numbers here. Edwards.
Side to side in half-court sets and utilize high-octane guard play to create buckets.
And one of the more exciting brands of basketball. Philon's 3 hits the front of the rim. Mignon, who just changed the lead fairly quickly after they went on the 20-4 run. Holloway drive and kick. Philon wants it. That 3 is offline. Sherrell gets his team a new Kenny Brooks infusing some life into the program, just like, by the way, Mark Pope as well on the men's side. Another one. It's Philon with the latest basket. It's a 48-point.
Alabama made a mistake early, allowed Tyler Nickel to see one go through, and he's catching fire.
Philon immediately in attack mode on the other end. Philon took the brunt to the court, sets the feet, puts it up. That 3 is strong, and the rebound down to Sears. Philon in transition, wild layup, and an opportunity here for Vanderbilt. They're trying to push equivocal favorites to run it back and perhaps win the SEC once more, just like they did a couple of seasons ago. Philon got it to go at the rim. They knock off all those impressive team turnover. Philon has it. Holloway between the legs. Philon gets free. Philon sets the feet. Philon can't hit it. Out of bounds at 10-point mark. Has failed to do so.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Commodores have one more push in them. They've been able to get some runs going, and this is the point they got to try to make it happen right here.
Hung around on the rim forever before Amori brought it down. Philon behind the screen, misses the three. Owe with a strong two-handed rebound.
Brea went under.
Man, you gave it your best, but he's at an entirely different level, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and you have to believe all those billiard balls went in.
Absolutely. No TV at all for both teams. Philon gets a good look from the wing. Tipped up and in, counted, and a foul. And Nelson going to the...
Did bother him because he wound up walking with it.
Alabama's led by as many as 9. Kentucky by as many as 6 as that is swatted away.
Open up the corner for Sears. He doesn't get many open shots because of that, but that was a fabulous screen.
Williams a miss and a tip that won't go, and Alabama in transition to the other end, but called for the foul in shot clock. Sears drives it, kicks it. Philon hits it. Great offense from the Crimson Tide.
But Sears got away.
Sears averaging 18.5 per game. Swings it back out. Philon hits the three.
Mark Sears knew he had an advantage, but he's not going to
miss the free throw, so it is still a 5-point game. Philon into the paint, blocked by Brea.
A good recovery by Brea. He was in a hostage dribble.
And at the other end, how about the freshman Labaron Philon laying it in? Youngblood had it blocked by Brea. Sears has it though for Alabama. Philon wide open. Yes! And it's all of a sudden a 9-point lead for Alabama.
Mohamed Diabate lost his footing going in. Whips it out. Bad spacing by Bama. Philon just got it off. That was nearly a turnover. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Padula high off the glass. And I asked him, how against an elite defense do you still get shots off quickly? There's one way. You just push the tempo. And Dia ends up finding the Eduardo Klapke couldn't haul it in. Philon into Padula. And Dia the rebound.
And they don't stand like that. A scout, because really all 5 guys can get their own. They don't have one scorer they're totally dependent on.
Here's Philon left wide open. Alabama 3 for 10 from 3. Rebounded by Philon deep. Labaron Philon got off balance, put up an air ball from 4 feet. No numbers for...
These are the Rebels. They've just got to knock some of them down.
Stevenson came flying in. Open 3 won't go. Offensive rebound. Sears is kind of limping around a little bit. Looks like he's in pain on the left side. And a contested shot at the rim. Here comes Ole Miss the other way. He might just go sit out in the perimeter. Double to Youngblood.
Alabama has not been able to assist out of that double team. There.
Oh, rejected by Dia. He came from nowhere.
On the drive, slamming on the brakes. Phelpson gives it away very quickly on the turnover. A quick layup, but it won't drop for Philon. And kicked him. He'll get a second effort here. That's really a huge part of the Aggies game. They get a tip. Philon will measure it up and got a good look. A lot of iron. It won't drop for him. And it's it.
Only reason they're trailing in this game.
Amori gives it up for Youngblood. Kick back out for the long one, and the three-pointer on target. Philon, the 6th of it. Sears pulls up at the foul line. Philon, too strong.
But another offensive rebound.
Sears after he got underneath and laid it in.
And once again, seeing the crash lanes after coming up with, Philon with a nice crossover and finish to quiet the crowd.
Opening minute of the second half. Sears looking to drive it. Philon to the baseline. Very quick, and a block, as that one's going to be blocked out with 3.3. Phelps in close. No, denied. A whistle. That was refreshing, actually. Philon will drive it and lay it in on a quick strike.
Smart play by Philon there, attacking one-on-one.
In the game, that's been a big narrative. Washington is third foul, by the way. Philon gets a look. Got a really good look. Off the iron by Nelson.
Get a win here on the home floor as the crowd starts to get to its feet here, encouraging their team.
Philon, a little look away. No, and another rebound here by the Aggies. Up top, Sears wants to get closer. In the corner, the freshman can't hit it. And another
in there to grab the rebound.
This is a point of emphasis for South Carolina. When we talked to Coach Parrish earlier, you got to face box out as you give up an and 1-3.
Zachary Davis comes out to foul. Philon can't get it to go. Jacoby Wright with the rebound.
Better job by Nick Pringle right there. And here you go. You play without fouling. Everybody's locked in now defensively. Hands up.
Philon step back three. No good. Second chance opportunity for the Blood. Back to Philon. Oh, little head shoulder fake underneath and count it. Look at the freshman go. Philon, Philon, Philon.
Offensive putbacks, getting to the free throw line. You need the inside force to get going for you. That was sweet.
Philon hangs in the air and gets the
good coming out of timeouts as far as the attention to detail.
Philon, baseline. Threw it up as a shot clock horn sounds, and Pringle just said, that'll be my basket, Zuri.
See, that was the difference.
Philon won't go. Tap around. Sherrill can't get it to go. Butler the rebound.
This is a young player that plays with so much maturity. He has great end-to-end speed, and he's surprisingly strong with his ability to make defenders bounce off of him.
Here comes Fears the other way. The rim, and now Alabama looking to run. Philon, jump off, gets it back. Corner three ball.
And that's what Nate Oates loves to see from his team. Moser thought he would have in the beginning of the season due to some injuries, but he's been surprised and pleasantly surprised with their ability to play well with each other.
Philon off the mark, and Fears tracks down the miss. Sears shakes his defender. He finds Philon open from three. Knocks it down.
That's excellent basketball right there. Good patience.
A deep two as Alabama's lead is at 16. Philon penetrating with the left, rolls off, and he'll be fouled on the put. Youngblood pulls it, misses everything. Philon with the board and puts it up and in. Those are the misses that Oklahoma was talking about. Philon puts it on the deck. His runner as Amori gets out of the way of that one.
Good decision. Something you don't see laying out. And Sears with the teardrop.
Fears lost that one going up. Philon, three ball. And the long rebound. It's punched out. Jalen.
That's why it went short. Got to get your momentum going towards the basket.
Good job staying in front. Philon from the corner off the mark. Youngblood, another offensive rebound. How about Fears?
You know, we talked to this coaching staff, and they say Sam Godwin is sneaky athletic. Well, I tell you, there was nothing sneaky about that.
It was Philon rising up on the other end. It looked like Oklahoma
make Crimson Tide, including the freshman Labaron Philon. Excellent lately for Alabama. Crimson Tide feeding him early. Three-pointer won't go. There's Stevenson, and the basketball back to South.
It's going to be important if Amori can hold his point one-on-one on defense against Clough.
Philon rolls off the iron. Amori nearly had the offensive rebound. Stevenson's got it.
Going to Aiden Sherrill, because you're playing really good defense if you're Alabama, which is really what you want to see. But to let the number one guy get open is unacceptable.
Philon, the first player not in 16-9. Youngwood off the iron. There's Philon cleaning it up. Morey tried to dunk it home. Finally, the basketball to the Jackals all the way. Another fast break chance for Alabama. Philon, silky smooth.
Absolutely. Now, that's just a strong individual effort. They come down with it, they can knock it down.
Gary can't connect on a three-pointer. Another rebound by Diabate. The speed of Labaron. Philon!
Wow.
Here's Seiler right to the rim. Just couldn't finish, and the basketball back to the Tide. Philon!
It's a situation right there, an offensive rebound. When you don't do that, you allow Alabama to get out and run.
Philon with a steal. He'll do it himself. The freshman, Labaron Philon.
Now, this kid is crafty.
Mark Sears hit from just a moment ago outside. Philon left that short. Here come the Jackrabbits.
The 2 and 40 from 3 and 90 from the free throw line. You have high expectations. The pressure can be tough to try to match that.
Labaron Philon with a tough 2, continuing his scoring to 4. 11-4 start for South Dakota State in the second half. Philon. Hello.
With that play, Alabama's got to get some better possessions, working the ball around to get a quality shot. Some of these shots have been contested.
Philon uncontested, just couldn't connect.
And that was a good possession. You turned up in space on pick and rolls, and you're going to, more than anything, have to hustle back after the roller runs to the basket. If you can't do this, it's just a challenge to stop someone.
Labaron Philon keeps it. Philon. Off the mark from 3 that time. Clough with the rebound.
You see Clough just put
Hornsbeak, we have gotten underway. Alabama in white. The golden flashes in gold. And right away, Alabama triggering a 3. There is Nelson controlling the paint. He'll get to the free throw line quite a bit. Wraparound pass, kick out to Nelson. The swing up top, a wide open 3. Too strong. First shot by Philon.
And here's Nelson we talked about in the open.
To the freshman Reed, to the veteran Sears, and into the corner. For Philon, another freshman, with another offensive
Hot opportunity up. Kent State's going to have to make some shots.
They are ice cold. 2 of 18 from the field. Strong take, no. Nelson flying in for the finish. And it's under 30 seconds to go in half number 1. Leaner bounces in for Philon.
Has been really good in terms of a gold standard. They just got to shoot some with confidence.
There's a confident looking 3 right there. Left short. Reed flying in, misses the follow.
Guys running a rebound down.
Sears to Philon. High off the magic square and in.
Easy to see why he was.
Baseline fadeaway, no.
Yeah, that's a give-up shot by Gillespie.
Philon, yes! Count the basket and the foul. The rebound. Alway gliding. Drive and kick, sets up an open man. More Alabama basketball. Philon.
Before SEC play begins in the new year, it's scary to think what this team's ceiling will be when they figure out all the pieces. Another 3 in and out. That was Holloway that time. It's all dropping for North Dakota here at home tonight.
He was 1 of 14 from 3 prior to that.
This is for his game.
And that was a difficult shot because he had a 6'10 defender right in his grill.
Open look for Philon. Big answer for the freshman. Just as Mark Sears buying everybody on his squad a nice white puffer jacket, which arrived just in time to make the trip, as that triple does drop. Labaron Philon, who's been quiet. King this time affected greatly at the rim. Labaron Philon with the left hands.
To the Crimson Tide.
7-0 run now for the visitors. Alabama with the basketball.
Oh,
nice find. Philon, though, cannot finish. Millette the offensive rebound. Nelson.
And the fifth different member of the Crimson Tide guarding Eagle staff.
Here's Philon, the strip and the finish. And Paul Sather needs a timeout. North Dakota back within 3. Eagle staff with 30. Philon. Oh, big finish by the freshman up and over Eagle staff this time. Eagle staff strips. Omori the hustle. Philon will get there first. Great double pump and finish. 15 now for Labaron Philon. Are you kidding me, Sean? 85-85. 2 minutes to go. Philon. Too strong. Big offensive rebounds.
They're waiting him to really find his form. Neither one of these teams, I should say, shooting as well from deep as they want to. Philon floater, good.
Well, and you see the floaters in the lane because you're not going to be able to get off. Quick pace, which favors Alabama early.
Sears kicks it out. Here's Philon. Just 2 for his last 12 from deep. And Stevenson loses. Lost it on the turn. Alabama with a chance to run. Philon strong. Speaking of youth, freshman Ty Davis from just up the road of Mountain Brook High School turns it over in his first possession. And the breakaway layup for Aiden Holloway. Davis says he said Sears finds a gap. Philon. Little floater. And once again, those floaters are just 3 for 20 from 3, even though his 3 makes have come in the last handful of games. Last year, Mason Miller led the Big East in 3-point percentage at 45%.
It's only a matter of time. Triple-double, 19 points last game. He's one of their better scorers, and he just has not gotten many touches. 0 for 3.
Block and out of bounds off of Creighton. Doug. Corner 3 no good from Mason Miller. Stephen Ashworth was calling for it in that transition. Here's Philon for 3. And a push ahead. Here's Neal. It's just led to Creighton blowing the heat right out to the street. Sears got it back. Ashworth wanted a walk. And a reverse for Labaron Philon.
Keep an eye on that 4-point switch all that way. I like to go straight inside, initiate the contact, see if you can't get a whistle the next time down with it fresh on their mind.
And Ashworth had to lay off Philon after the entry. He's got 14. Whistle from Philon and empty possession for Creighton. Philon going right after him with 3 fouls. Smart play by the freshman from Mobile.
Great intensity and defense by North Carolina to start this game.
And the crowd is fired up. Sears looking for some help. Philon. That's off the mark. That's tipped away. Shot clock.
Cuts away.
That one taken away. Millette up ahead. Tosses it back. The left hand wouldn't fall. And the putback goes for Philon. Weaves through traffic, and then it hits the back iron and kicks out. Philon, left hand, it's good.
And that's where it gets tough with Alabama's offense playing 5 out.
Philon high, arcing shot, and that falls.
And he is so good attacking with points in the paint.
Philon. Davis picks it up, toss up ahead. Jackson.
Just careless turnovers.
Philon weaving. Big shot, beautiful. Labaron Philon, he's got it. And the pass intercepted by Philon. A lot of careless turnovers, telegraph passes from North Carolina. Philon short. And that one tipped out. Cadeau. Labaron Philon here. Turns the corner on Lubin at the basket, uses the left hand and puts it home.
Another layup.
Sears. Philon. And Jackson the rebound. Back the other way. Jackson answers
With 2 of his own, he's got 7. Philon off the glass and in. Being harassed. Now Stevenson kicks it up ahead. Philon at the basket. Left hand and 1. 14 points for Labaron Philon.
Why he scored over 2,330 points in 3 years in high school. Think about that for a second. Plays like a veteran.
Philon's an interesting.
And now they believe they have a team that could win a national championship. As Tracy hits a little mid-range jumper, quickly back on the other end, and it is Labaron Philon, freshman too, and 3 of them on the floor right now. A.D. Sherrill, Darian Reed, Labaron Philon with the ball in his hands, and Philon springs free inside to lay it in.
Oozing with talent, great hesitation.
All fast, and we have to be ready for that adjustment. Alabama has gone small. Quickly, here's Philon for 3, contested 3, and he hits one over Supreme Cook.
And that was a tough shot.
Taking on Barthélemy. Nelson with Tracy on him. Behind the back, nice pass, and what a finish. Collecting the assist for Nelson. Is his team just too many giveaways. 9 turnovers in that first half. Oregon's and that ends a 9-0 run as Labaron Philon on a setup by Nelson. Oh, good. Diabate keeps that alive as he does so well. Philon off the glass. Look at Diabate. No, this time it's run down.
Multiple people contributing. Angel trying to draw a foul there.
Philon quickly back the other way. Hangs. No good. Follows no good. And Biddle is fouled. Fortunate bounce right back to Philon. Mismatch out on the perimeter. Philon going to work now. The hesitation, the drive, and he lays it in. That's what you're supposed to do when a big man guards you.
Yes, Nelson off the bounce got to the rim.
Rutgers a serious underdog here against Alabama. As Philon able to score it. First basket for Bama comes from Labaron Philon. Pulls up short. Bailey kept it alive, but then Reed able to secure the board for Alabama. And that's going to count. Goaltend.
And in transition, offense will come throughout the season. I think will come during this game.
Quick break there for Juwan Roberts. He's back on the floor. Here goes Philon. No, he missed it. And another swat by Tugler.
Guys, it's just taken some time this year.
Yeah, transferred from Ohio. A school that Allie knows a little bit about. 3-pointer flies for Philon. Missed it badly. I thought it was interesting. And Allie, he has the Cougars' last 6 points after a slow start. And Philon driving, not there.
What a rebound.
He can fly. So, there's his mom. She goes through all the motions with him. Lamika, we saw it in the tournament last year. Here's Philon. Philon comes up short. Another offensive board, but it's going to stay here. Foul on Bama. A chance to take the lead as we get to the 2.5-minute mark of this first half. Driving Philon off the window. No. And Francis up high for the rebound. They reorganized.
Look at Francis sliding his feet.
It's impressive. Xavier Francis can play some D in the corner. Philon missed it, gets his own. Philon up tall, the floater, no good. Offensive board, no. Another offensive rebound. Bodies on the deck. Just kept the ball out of his hands. Crimson Tide by 3 with the ball. Driving, head down. Philon, no. And Wilson with a strong rebound.
To Purdue on Friday night. Grant Nelson gets a paint touch and lobs it outside. Labaron Philon gets into the paint and with the left can't finish. And it's pulled down by the Illini. Put on the noise. Tied for the 3rd most tournament appearances without a title, 34 times. And Alabama coming up its first ever Final Four. Labaron Philon with the finish.
He is not afraid. He from 2 came in the paint. Nice block.
Back out to Holloway. Ball fake and a kick. Another corner 3.
Tom, how about the effort by Humrickhouse to miss the left hand?
Terrell Reitzel Jr. And a drive and a finish by Philon, the freshman from Mobile, Alabama's got 4. He as well off the mark. And here comes Mark Sears. Sears has been less than aggressive on the offensive side. Philon not shot.
Now he is the real deal. First of all, appreciate the effort to keep.
They've not had a good first half after a decent start. Philon got some space.
You shoot the ball quickly. If they go on a drought, you can work your way back into the game.
Pocket pick. Philon with the flush.
On the ball where he was going at it to that opposite cutter.
The Philon was stuck. He got unstuck. He's got a dozen now. He's in the gym, and you can see it pay off here in the second half. Illinois scratching and clawing to get back in this thing. Philon rejected at the rim. Here's Riley. 1 foot fadeaway, no. Holloway finds Philon. Shot out of a cannon, and the follow jam doesn't go. Two-man game. Nelson was cut off. Philon.
And again, that cut, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a purposeful.
We use our non-conference schedule to challenge our team, and it's regularly top 5, if not the toughest non-conference schedule in usage with the rebound. We saw it pay off with Alabama making it. I'm a fan of Curzon. Stolen away. Philon, step through. I'm a fan of him.
Philon, freshman, and 1. And that's where Labaron Philon has been so good early in his Alabama career. Philon gets to the lane. Did not get his second bucket. Diabate foul. Diabate. Mark Sears only 2 points. Boy, what a rebound right there by the freshman. The Purdue has got to match up. They never found a man there. You got Mark Sears. Didn't score against Yale Monday. He already has a 3 and that deuce. Philon. There's their first 3. That's a big-time pass. And certainly with Mark Sears there, he's serving. Makes that runner. Rebound to Nelson. You're right. He likes that little runner shot in the lane. Oh, what a hesitation. Philon is having a first half. Boy, that stop and start, the hesitation that he plays with is then getting back to contest that hook. Alabama looking to take the lead for the first time. Man, this game is not for the weak on the glass. You better. Reitzel, Philon. He is the only one who's made a 3 for Bama right now. He was 1 of 7 from 3 coming into this game. It's, again, you're. Omori came up with it. 3 more. The freshman Philon stays high. The blockout for Purdue was almost too good. No one goes. Another rebound. Philon hesitates. And got him out. That little in and out just takes his defender off balance, and then it's right to the rim. Labaron. He's not missed a 3 yet. There's his first. Smith another board.
This year's team, a whole bunch of coachable guys that want to raise the bar and perhaps win a championship. Here's one freshman we haven't mentioned just yet. That's Labaron Philon last year. This is his final year. He's got 1 more go around here. His second season in Tuscaloosa after he started at North Dakota State. He just has continued.
Of this basketball team, offensively and defensively.
Sears got by his man, kicked it back out to Philon. Philon hangs in the air and finishes.
Just has a first step. He's explosive.
The lead. There's Parker again.
Well, he actually scored double figures 11 times and made it, or actually netted 30 or more points a couple of times in A-10 basket. Poised and patient here. 9-point lead with plenty of time left. There's no rush for Alabama.
Philon, though, takes it right in for a deuce.
And no mercy.
Excellent defense by Arkansas State, fighting through all of the screens on that baseline out of bounds.
Philon spinning around, left it a little bit short, and more contact. Second foul pointer, Red Wolves Slow start from beyond three-point line. That one no good for Reitzel, but there is Stevenson with the O-board. Top of the key, Philon.
Great job by Jim. Maybe he got caught with his hands down on the body. But, you know, when you're aggressive on the offensive end, good things happen. Beautiful. Wow.
Tough defense by Marshall.
Up as they move the ball down the court. Banana cut to Sears.
Sears back to Philon, long range. Just short, and that'll close out the first. And Ford being aggressive, lost control of the basketball. Steal by Philon. Fastest on the floor, Labaron Philon.
Great drive by Labaron Philon.
Off from three. Reitzel the board. Philon. In and out on that three. Sherrill fights for the board.
It's a strong move getting to his left hand, keeping Stevenson on his hip. That's a great play, understanding the situation.
Philon blocked by Todd.
Power up, 4-point ball game here with 8 to go.
Labaron fights inside. Philon cannot connect, and here come the Red Wolves down 4. Here's Mark Sears finding Reed. Philon, yes!
Good cut to the basket by Labaron Philon. Off that screen roll action.
Reed off to Sears. Wide open three for Philon. No good. Offensive rebound.
A specimen, 6'11", 240 pounds. And they talk about his shooting touch. It's just a matter of, he definitely has the inside game, but the outside game is what's really impressive, but what's also with
floor right now. The alley-oop, a little too strong. Solomon was there. Philon.
This is a freshman that so many people rave about. And
Amari led Rutgers in scoring, rebounds, and blocks a year ago. Philon.
Been very impressed with it's the blocks, it's understanding in passing lanes how to read it. It's the IQ that he has of the game, and that beautiful footwork, almost converting on the Euro step. But impressive freshman that the depth and so much length and size has overwhelmed UNC Asheville, but there are some positives that they have from this game.
Short by Holloway down there amongst the tall timber, keeps it alive. Clock at 15, and there is Philon now in double figures.
Philon does a tremendous job.
Well, Alabama's doing a good job, even in transition with that double drag. That's hard to guard. And Labaron Philon, this guy is a budding star.
Yeah, he is getting better by. Now Amori switches out onto Clayton. Left the three short, and it belongs to Philon and the tie.
And Alabama out in transition again. And it was Handlogden who stripped him.
A cut by Aberdeen. A tip by Handlogden, and down to Philon.
And the bench has made a huge impact in this game. Aberdeen's one of them.
Blocked. Both Amori and Stevenson were there. Youngblood again.
Perry too short. Alabama pressing up to take away those threes for the most part from Kentucky. Philon followed his own shot. He's the best athlete on the floor, right, Labaron Philon?
Yeah.
Hand off to Brea. He throws it almost over the backboard. And that didn't work, so here comes Philon again. Tricky dribbles through his legs, pulls up. Three
should be, and all four are legitimate national title contenders. That's how good this league is. Crazy.
Anybody's had ever 7 games in a row against nationally rated teams.
Broom fade away. Remember, he started his whole career at Morehead State, and this is troubling. Down on the ground is Chad Baker Mazzara.
Smart. Get the ball there. You're in trouble.
He went with the right, and that was too short. Just about the same game and clock time as we see it. It's a bad pass.
Play that needs to be about 75 or 80, much as he gets fouled.
Denver Jones step back three, in and out. first lead Auburn's had since it was 2-0.
Okay, there's multiple choices to go with.
I agree with you.
Broom, free throw line. Too strong, and it's Alabama with the lead and the ball and a minute to play.
Nados has 2 timeouts left, I think.
Alabama, the #1 scoring team in the country. They're #1 in rebounds. Florida #3. Condon misses, and Philon clears.
Really good block out there by Grant Nelson underneath. Alabama cannot afford to do, Dave, is turn the ball over. They need to get a shot every time down.
Richards 3, not close. Alabama looks to run. Both teams love to get up and down the floor.
Alabama Player of the Year. In his last 3 games, he's 10 of 18 from 3. He's been knocking them down.
Lob for Nelson, broken up, but cleaning it up inside is Philon with the basket. You saw Elijah Martin return. Condon missed the second, got his own miss. Clayton 4-3. Well, that would have been huge had that gone down. Would have been a 4-point possession.
Yeah.
Volunteers have made 1 of their last 7, make it 1 of 8, 1 of 9.
Alabama goes on those spurts, man.
Watry set him off. Meshack, 2 seconds, fires. Too strong. Alabama rebound.
Good job by Bama, though, to stay in front of that ball, man. That is so key.
Difficult shot, deflected out. Here's Alabama again. Labaron Philon pulls up. No good. Noah kept it alive.
Some of the shot selection is really questionable.
Really? Away, no, and the crowd would have lost their minds. Garrison, he turned it over. Sears.
What a attacking him when he drives the rim, just finishing play.
Marcus Allen underneath. Allen goes up, missed it. It's a close range look and good position. And now after the miss, Alabama on the move. Perkins going between the legs, picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Grill, relocates. His wing 3 is offline. And so Grill today 2 of 7 from distance.
Pettiford the kick. Johnson again. Misses the 3, and it's Alabama ball.
Boy, with Chaney Johnson in the game, you really have to adjust. You cannot hang back. And
time after time.
And here's the run stopper, Janai Broom.
The fadeaway, short. Philon being chased down by Kelly. It is mayhem here in Tuscaloosa. Baker Mazzara, no.
They're 0-3 against them. That's Auburn, Tennessee. Tennessee, again, if you're just joining us, losing to Kentucky for the 2nd time this season. The other team that was ranked at the top was UConn.
Just beat you.
Another turnover for Alabama. Pretty pass down low, ripped from behind. That's defense. Morey got it done. All the way to the basket.
This NATO system.
Has he gained confidence over the course of 1 year? It's amazing watching Aiden Holloway play. What a difference a season and a uniform can make for him. Holloway again will fire straight on. That one halfway down and out, and a good low retrieval that time, and a 3 misses from Philon.
I'm just to be honest. Brisket, pulled pork, full disclosure, coleslaw, chocolate chip cookies the size of a pancake.
Yeah. And they were the good kind of chocolate chip cookie that to set up Saturday's showdown at 4 Eastern on ESPN. That won't go. That'll be the final. All tied. Roll Tide 103-80.
The co-player of the year last year at South Florida. Now back to his hometown.
Sidestep 3 for Ivisic. Alabama comes out of there with it. Labaron Philon pushing the pace. Holloway.
First top 5 win in 20 years. Blue Kane the kick out. And the 3 ball has not been kind to Georgia early. Now 0 for 4 from distance.
Job by Alabama with the continue him get back to who he is. You know, when you're a scorer, you have to continue to play the style of game that you play. There's things that you need to work on, obviously, to help the team, but his point production is big for Alabama.
Sears.
Alabama with the struggles from the free throw line.
Jones Jr.
His three off the mark. Rebound to Philon.
Fortunate for Alabama in the last possession as a blown coverage. Jones.
Couple of times, and Terrell saves it. Sears long three. No good. Another chance. Tapped around. Well, they got the switch, and Sears going to take Nelson. Just threw it up, trying to draw a foul. Didn't work. Philon the other way. Youngblood back to Philon. Nice cut to the basket, and Youngblood with a big defensive play. Philon.
Able to put on a show with a lot of magical moments. Gurley allowed Tyler Nickel to see one go through, and he's catching fire.
Philon immediately in attack mode on the other end. Philon took the brunt of the contact there. It was the SEC title in 23, the title in 21, and then the Final Four last season. Bounce pass to Diabate.
Williams was motioning for everybody to get out of his way. He wanted to go one-on-one there.
Stevenson, no. Long rebound to Philon.
And guards going against one another, Butler and Sears.
Nelson, short again. He's got some makes, he's got some air balls, but Alabama's on the glass again. Sears.
There's the flex action again.
Away, lost it. Almanor in the corner. Too strong on the three.
Great challenge by Jaron Stevenson. Just a
shot clock at 7. Ole Miss is not bothered by a late clock. Turnaround heave at 3. And the rebound long into Philon's hands. Over. Regathered by the Rebels, and Dia from the corner. Rebounded by Philon deep.
On the drive, slamming on the brakes. Phelpson gives it away very quickly on the turnover. A quick layup, but it won't drop for Philon. Kicked around and a whistle in the opening seconds. Sears on the attack. They collapse on him. Shot clock inside 10. Nelson can't hit it. He'll get a second effort here. That's really a huge part of the Aggies game. They get a tip.
I mean, he can't score. Isn't that crazy?
How about that? I think he can.
I believe he's showing all that he can do.
Philon out of the pack with it. Going to get another shot in the air. And to number 5, Alabama. Obaseki, nifty dish there. Coleman can't finish it.
But you got an injury in the backcourt.
Yep, tapped in.
And another offensive rebound.
Stevenson back to Sears. In and out with a 3.
And another offensive rebound.
Sears again. Makes this one from 3-point distance.
Good pass.
Youngblood can't get it to go down. Another opportunity. Deep 3 from Sears. He rips the net. Top. Philon the rebound.
That's tough. You got to shoot that with confidence. South Carolina got to get something going on.
Team in the league against the lowest scoring team in the league. Certainly two different styles of basketball. Davis goes with the left hand. That won't go down. Here goes Philon. Youngblood. Here comes Fears the other way. Getting downhill fast, missing at the rim. And now Alabama looking to run. Philon, jump off, gets it back. His lead is at 16. Philon penetrating with the left, rolls off. And he'll be fouled on the putback attempt. 2 feet. Youngblood pulls it. This is everything. Philon with the board and puts it up and in. Those are the misses that Oklahoma was talking. They are so deep on the bench. A little more fighting for, but it's safe to Alabama.
Youngblood. 16-9. Youngblood. Off the iron. There's Philon cleaning it up. Morey tried to dunk it home. Finally, the basketball to Jack. Here's Seiler right to the rim. Just couldn't finish, and the basketball back to the tie. Philon! Seiler fighting inside, too strong. There's Philon. Kept it in play somehow. Jackson contested three. Philon with the rebound. Barnhart to Wilkinson. Too strong. There's Philon with the rebound.
Shooting hole today. Baseline fadeaway, no.
Yeah, that's a give-up shot by Gillespie. Philon!
Alabama had been 4 of 4 from behind the arc in this half. King this time affected greatly at the rim.
But understanding that, you know, everybody can't be the lead guitarist all the time. Just excellent execution, everything but the made layup there on the dead ball situation.
Take a little bit of time off the clock on these half-court possessions.
Brenner off balance with the little jump hook. He's only 1 for 4. This is a Creighton bench that gave him 33. A
player that can obviously shoot as well. And then Philon, you've seen what he can do when he gets in the lane.
Late in the shot clock and off the back rim for Ashworth. He was 1 for 3 from deep in this one. And a push ahead. Here's Neal. And he blows the bunny. Bama has left the door open, and so far Ashworth through contact dumps it in. Kalkbrenner. Oh, that should have been a whistle. McDermott pointing out those arms were not straight up, and it turns into 7. Steps through, launches a 3, wanted a whistle from Philon, and empty possession for Creighton. Philon going right after.
That one taken away. Millette up ahead. Tosses it back to left hand. Wouldn't fall. And the putback goes for Philon.
The court. I don't think anybody had any awareness that Nelson was down there by himself.
That one rejected by Stevenson. And then Philon, a foul on the floor. Trimble fires. And that won't go. But a tough night for Seth Trimble. And by the way, does not have a turnover in almost 30 minutes in this game. The ball's been in his hand a lot. And back in his hands.
So like I said before, now it's time to rave about Philon, right? Like, it's
fly. Tracy, he'll pull it over Nelson. Missed it. And Philon runs it down. Philon so fast.
Just his activity right there, just beating Nelson down the floor.
Holloway 3, missed it. Offensive rebound. Holloway once again, a long one this time, around, and he tips it out to Sears. Sears pushes across court. Reitzel steps into a 3, comes up short. Oh no, Reitzel's down. He went to break for that rebound and goes at Angel, going to work on Nelson. And now Biddle for 3, in and out. Philon does so, turns him back, 4 to shoot. Philon extra pass, and Holloway missed a 3, got his own, and a foul. 48.
Well, they're getting whatever they want on offense, and it's really multiple people contributing. Angel trying to draw a foul there.
Philon quickly back the other way, hangs. 2 to shoot, guarded by Durkak. Holloway just puts one up, no good. The follow not there. And it is going to be Philon who gets the extra chance. Substitutions early here for Alabama, but both have very capable three-point shooters, including the man with the ball. He'll take a mid-range here. Shot misses. On the move. Here comes Philon. Philon is a hand
gliding his feet.
It's impressive. Xavier Francis can play some D in the corner. Philon missed it, gets his own. Philon up tall. The floater, no good. Offensive board. No, another offensive rebound. Bodies on the deck.
Last time out against Purdue, 19 of Alabama's 21 from 2 came in the paint. Nice block. Back out to Holloway. Ball fake and a kick. Another corner at 9 on the clock for Illinois. Boswell now with 5. Pull up 3. Philon with the rebound. He's off to a great start with Colin Sexton. Both points and assists.
Although Illinois won that game, Oakland did a lot of damage off the bounce in that game. And the Illini have to tighten up that part of their defense in the second half. You've got to stay in front of Alabama.
Illinois at 5. Corner kick. Shot clock at 2. A hang and no hit. Ends up in Alabama's hand.
Well, really good half-court defense by Alabama.
See if Illinois got one last push in the final 90 seconds. Yakachonis. Nope. Into Philon's hands. No look.
It's a game this season, but with Wilberg picking up his second, Matt Painter going to the veteran to play center.
Alabama wants to run up to right, so the Braden Smith was back. Another true freshman dip. Still haven't hit a 3. Colbert.
That's another good look for Alabama.
Reitzel got it. Nice play by the freshman Philon. Stevenson. Mark Sears only 2 points.
Boy, what a rebound right there by the freshman. Well, Purdue has got to match up. They never found a man there.
Reitzel. Philon. Reed. And 1.
Basketball.
Reitzel. Air ball. He's their best 3-point shooter. He'll try again. Second time
but
to go.
It didn't faze him one bit, Paul. And that's a guy that can get it going with one.
For Alabama offensively, Nelson with a 16-point first half. Charles can't connect. Here's Philon. Right hand drip. So we start the second half. The Bayou Bandits, they've got it. They're now 2 of 10 from deep. And then a foul after the missed shot.
Hasn't been having an opportunity to play as much due to some nagging injuries, but at the same time has the ability.
Ford can't connect on the 3-pointer. Red Wolves a slow start from beyond the 3-point line.
Great job by Jaron Stevenson being active on the offensive glass and a great time to shoot the 3. Philon knocking it down.
Foul fighting for the rebound.
Savvy play right there by Labaron.
Taryn Todd leaves the 3-pointer short. Now the Crimson Tide in transition. Philon. Amori. Not too strong there. Dominguez. Short on the 3. Philon with the rebound. Pressure after the make. Sears has his pass stolen. There's Taryn Todd, but he won't get the roll. And then Philon with the rebound.
More points. It's just unbelievable. You know, I don't know if people understand how difficult that is to score. 20 points in just one game is a career for most people, but to do it
to the bucket. Philon, the freshman who was so good in the quarterfinal win yesterday over Kentucky. The assist on the basket by Grant Nelson. Boy, how about that? A couple of times when this happened, got a chance to play and came in and started knocking down shots. Kind of just forced his way into the rotation. They had some injuries in the middle of the year. Martin and Clayton were a little bit. And he'll return the favor with a dunk at the other end.
And Condon screened off the help defense again.
Nelson with the running reverse.
My neck hurts. Needs to see one go through the basket.
Philon.
Good help by Condon.
Chris Youngblood with his second 3 of the game.
Really good. Through some injury in this building a year ago. He's played 9 minutes. He's got 9 rebounds.
Yep.
He's been great.
Amori from Philon. But there's lots of work still.
Travis Perry gets the start for Kentucky tonight. They have an alley-oop set. Carl is there. but he threw it over his head, and Amori jammed it in.
That's why you put
Proved as the season has gone along.
Right, there's a lot on Travis Perry to stay in front of Philon in this game. Can he do it?
They seem to have figured out a way to get it to Amori. He's got 2 dunks and just missed the third. Philon is guarding Brea. Chandler, underhand pass. Williams couldn't handle it. Kentucky's got 7 turnovers and a nice play there by Diabate.
It is literally a foot race.
Diabate finds the bottom, and that is the challenge in defending.
Wimp Sanderson of years ago. Wimp, you don't remember Wimp?
I remember Wimp in a sport coach. Of course I do. There's Nelson all the way to the rack.
Really good action by Alabama. Just a little boomerang pass up.
Take a tough shot.
Philon, it's wide open, and he kicks for a 3. He'll take a 3 instead of 2.
That is their layup. That is Alabama's layup.
Same spot he fell on.
Good offenses have player and ball movement.
Amori, difficult shot. Boy, he can handle that ball.
How about the ability of Philon, man, in traffic? Philon will inbound underneath to a wide open Nelson with good position.
So concerned. You can't grab it, tip it out so a teammate can get it.
Philon lob, and Nelson met at the rim again, but that time didn't go up with a shot. He just came down with the ball and then scores to make it a 4 points to tie it up.
Such an alert pass from Walter Clayton Jr.
Sherrill nails a 3. Down would have been a 4-point possession.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that drives Nate Oates nuts, is giving up an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Amori with the back.
He should be automatically in that Hall of Fame.
Holloway, quick trigger. Boy, can he silence the crowd.
You have to be there.
I love that guy. I love everything about him. He has 829 wins. He gets one more, he catches John Calipari.
There's a play out of the break, and that worked beautifully. An alley-oop maybe to start Nelson. Too strong. Alabama. Sears is open. They find him. And he gets the friendly roll on the road.
Ravi Allen.
There's a steal. Lanier went to the deck, and they will have a 3-point play where the crowd wanted to walk.
Turnover.
A national championship.
And Josh Hubbard with 2 fouls, and Chris Jans is trying to keep this game intact and getting back on the floor. You cannot dare him to shoot it.
Why would you? He's got 6
out action. I mean, it's as good of a defensive performance as Oates has had this year.
And a lot of folks, Jimmy, looked at, oh, here's Youngblood again. Pause for the cause because he buried another.
Yeah, it's too easy. I mean, you got to
with another 3, Jimmy, that if they're going to win a championship, they had to improve their defense, right?
Yeah, they've got to get that 30 or lower defensive efficiency. Mississippi's defense was good.
Goes off the iron.
It is a great sign when 3 guys from the same team are battling for that rebound like Alabama just did.
Stevenson, why not? He's red hot all of a sudden. Alabama's. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Back to him. All right. Settle for a Holloway corner.
Crazy possession was that.
6 fouls. Who denied that pass? Baron Philon. Youngblood, left hand. That's pretty.
Youngblood is giving a great lift.
Defensive glass.
You've got to keep Alabama out of the paint. That's where those 3-point shots get started from.
Sears uses that body and he kicks Brea away.
Sears, nice pass. Oh, it was a terrific pass.
2-on-1. They got an alley-oop if they want it. There it is.
Oh, are you serious? That is the element. Some of the shot selection is really questionable.
It's
really
quick.
is.
Yeah, it is quick.
You got to make that extra
good
play.
Pass there. What a play.
That's shot selection. That's high percentage efficiency. That's
in their building, which is arguably the toughest home court advantage in college basketball this year. Sears, wide open three, just before the horn, or was it? And they're going to go to saying Missouri defensively is looking like the Eagles front four from a couple of weeks ago.
Defensive line looks pretty good.
Sears, wide open, 4-3.
I'm always amazed watching Mark simply pick it up as fast as you can.
Philon, wraparound pass. This is Diabate. Oh, count it! And the foul. One more can get it back to single digit. What do they do here? Philon lost the handle. So did Bates. Stevenson on it. Sears cashes in. A wild scramble. So it's back to
short. Philon being chased down by Kelly. That's going to go. The lead back to 5 for Auburn. Sears is open and hits again. His second three.
Speaking of Auburn guard there, Nelson thought he saw a lane. It was cut off by Kent. Holloway steps into a high arcing three, and he is pure.
That three-point shot. And the turnovers is what's keeping Texas in this game.
They got 9 of them. Philon. Pretty play. He saw his man wide open, and Omori wanted a foul to Kent.
I've been impressed with Johnson's passing ability in this game.
They set up another three. Boy, it comes easy for Alabama, man, and they all. And it's going to be more trouble at the next level. He gets it. He's got to shoot it. Boy, that's too open off of a 1.4 seconds on the shot clock.
Did he leave a door open? Hamid Diabate with the handoff. Sears right over the top of Brazil. That is a big-time shot for us to do it. All alone underneath. Aiden Sherrill with the bucket. Now Philon working on Brazil. Omori with the hammer. Man, the 4 from distance. Good job by Alabama with the contest. Sherrill. That's a three. Big time shot by Aiden moments ago. Similar type play, picked up his 3rd foul.
Similar, but I do feel as if in that situation, as Mo Diabate is able to get an easy dunk on that baseline game that you play. There's things that you need to work on, obviously, to help the team, but his point production is big for Alabama.
Sears open, and he rattles in a deep one. There's his first bucket tonight.
Mississippi State 9 of 15 on the night from the line. Alabama 8 for 13. Youngblood just stays hot.
And he was locked in.
Coach Dennis Gates, he gives his players so much confidence they feel like they're 10 feet tall and made out of steel.
Diabate takes a bump from Fountain and gets it off the window.
Good curl by on. Bama went back to the paint about 5 times in a row, but there, Omari, nice little handoff to his shooter. Ooh, big fella. Benin City, Nigeria, reminds me of
his first 3 of the game. Philon to Nelson. He's wide open. Got it! Back to a 14-point game.
MJ Collins starting to get some things done. Nice poise that he showed on the previous possession with the mid-range J, and then the offensive rebound.
Another 3. Sears, boy, what a matchup that is. As good as Sears is offensively and as good as Butler is defensively. Nelson's going to try another one and hit it. And that will quiet the crowd. At 49 points his last 2 games. Misses this 3. And Mark Pope likes threes just as much as Nate Oates does. He wants his team to shoot 35 a game. Mark Sears knocks one down. Morey finds Philon. Great job by Kentucky guarding that early action out of bounds. And another slam for Omori. You can see why he is shooting 70.
Screen for the screener action. Well read by Kentucky.
Nelson. Boy, that's a strong move. Banging Williams a bit to get a little space. They're fortunate to get it back. Nelson back into the game playing with 4. Finds Philon. Youngblood for three. Got it.
Boy, what a big play and a great find by. He's had elite defensive teams. He's had elite offensive teams. This one's kind of a mix of both. A near walk. Here's Sears. There's the weapon. Mark Sears leading the league in scoring.
And you've been up on the floor. Two of them, I believe, got a credit for a block shot on the last possession.
A good swing up high. Stevenson drains it. Jaron Stevenson, who had really been scuffling beyond the 3 year. Texas A&M went to face a top 20 opponent on their floor. Got down 18. Here's Youngblood. Yes, with a 3.
How about the addition of Youngblood? He's been able to provide.
Here's Sears with it. 19 a game for the guard. Holloway way downtown. Got it.
But not too far from Nate Oates. Nate Oates has told his teams he doesn't.
Sears gets a look, fires, drains a triple.
But you have to run him off the three-point line. He caught that
possession. He's taking a lot of the load on himself, most of it on the offense. Here's Nelson to slam it as he comes onto the baseline quickly to jam it down.
Threes and shots at bound.
Stevenson back to Sears. In and out with a 3.
And another offensive rebound.
Sears again. Makes this one from 3-point distance.
I'm normally yelling 2 for $1.
And showing that's a problem. I don't know if that's the way they're playing a drop coverage right now, but we will see if they adjust.
Mark Sears, little scoop shot off the window in front of about 25 scouts, NBA scouts on hand.
They need to handle the ball, so it's trouble for you.
Stevenson fakes the screen off to Sears, left open. That's trouble. That is trouble.
Zone.
Philon gives it back to Amori, who throws it down.
And that's beautiful footwork by Clifford Amori. Alabama with numbers coming down in transition.
Philon thought about it. Instead, they decided to run the offense. Youngblood hits for 3. Nate Oates says that's the guy we would
to switch at the end of that pick and roll action, which gave him the mismatch. Godwin, with the smaller player, scores in the paint.
Nelson hesitated, but he still makes the 3.
Now this is the challenge if you're Oklahoma. It makes you.
Philon comes to a stop. Nelson launches, nothing but nylon. 10 points now for.
Nelson with a 3. Crimson Tide heating it up from beyond the arc.
Biden was struggling defensively. When that court opens up, they're able to get clean looks from the outside. South Dakota State defensively is doing a good job of packing the paint.
Holloway ends the scoring drought of 2.5 minutes for Alabama. Youngblood. He's got it.
This is what you want to see if you're Alabama.
5 minutes, a solid stretch for South Dakota State, outscoring Alabama 14-8. It's been all Alabama since then. 28-9. Sherrill continues the party.
Well, this is a big guy that has some touch. He's another convergence knockdown jumper on the other end for South Dakota State.
Seiler finally had some space. Alabama's had pressure defense on him. Grant Nelson keeps scoring for the tie.
That's a good job there by Owen Larson. He understood that he had the big on him, uses the foot speed around Aiden Sherrill and beats him all the way to the rack.
How about Aiden Holloway? Wow. Murray with the takeaway.
Good pressure there by Clifford Amori.
Mark Sears keeps shooting.
That's his shot. He's starting to
rebound for Alabama. They're dominating the glass early on, +7. Inside, and a nice finish at the rim by Sherrill. Another bouncy big for Alabama. One clean.
It was a good job by Philon. It wasn't there. Probe, and then see if you can find your three-point shooter.
That's the back after limping off the floor a couple minutes ago. Plays a little bully ball down low. Nelson returns the favor. An and one for Grant Nelson. Clock situation off the mark. There's Reed tearing away the rebound. Whips it into the front court. Sets up the open three.
Yep.
Got it. That's Alabama basketball in a nutshell. Philon and Holloway working the perimeter.
Holloway, rise and fire three, and that time he delivers. I think he's a better...
Done by Eagle staff. They run two at him. He senses that. Then the properly timed roll is rewarded.
Holloway able to silence the crowd a bit. A couple of threes. And North Dakota 8th in the nation in offensive rebounds this season. Able to get the putback for the big man. Youngblood in the corner. Now the Tide starting to feel it a bit here on the road from this. Here is Nelson. Strong, aggressive take on Woodson. Couldn't quite get the and one, but free throws coming for the grad student. Opportunities, something North Dakota cannot allow if they want to hang in this contest. Nelson inside, able to shake and finish. Double figures now for Grant Nelson.
College basketball in the SEC of Florida. Ball fake, good ball movement. Sears all along. Got it. Oh, Bama early. Help Ashford stay out of foul trouble, playing with 4. Or at least throwing a wrinkle at Bama. Reed off balance. Good body control. He's got double figures.
These are two of the top scoring teams in the country. And a deep, deep three from Aiden Holloway.
That solid rim defender that went up vertical.
Philon good feed inside and then throw down there for Maury. Philon gets a piece of the paint, kick out. And that'll go for Aiden Holloway.
Just a different player.
Shot clock under 10. I don't know that I've said that very much here in this game. And Stevenson knocks down to 3. The kid from Chat. Bus Reitzel was one of the guys that was taking care of the ball. Philon into the paint. Kick out. Wide open. Stevenson.
How about Philon just driving?
Shelstad puts it up short. Grant Nelson with the rebound. In the corner, quick release on the 3 ball, and it's good. Latrell Reitzel Jr.
And that's out there, just beating Nelson down the floor.
Holloway 3, missed it. Offensive rebound, Holloway once again. A long one this time, around and down it goes. And it is going to be Philon who gets the extra chance. Substitutions early here for Nate Oates. Darian Reed pulls it and cashes it in.
And Reed has that three-point ability.
10 guys can move like that. Durkheim going in for the hammer. He missed it. Push it up ahead. Sears pulls it back for a transition 3. Mark Sears, a wise move.
Knocked down that 3, but Houston getting out in transition before the defense can get set from Alabama.
Cougars, their second 3 wide open inside. Diabate. Hey. Reitzel, cross court. Ball's popping. Reitzel fires. Down it goes. Latrell.
Finish from Connor Boswell Jr. from Champaign. Played a couple different high school spots. Nelson again. 3 for 3. He has seen a really big rim in Birmingham early. Lead. Both teams shooting over 60% from the floor. Aiden Sherrill is into the game for the first time for Bama. Here's a corner 3 again. This one belongs to Aiden Holloway. Pull up 3. Philon with the rebound. He's off to a great start with Colin Sexton. Those points and assists for a freshman, and give him an assist on the Stevenson run out. I say yes, but Ivicic has knocked down a couple of threes this evening. Philon, chicken wing, gets some space, corner 3, and rattles home for Reitzel. Now that sounds good. Philon. Nelson who finishes it up. How about the patience of Philon to wait for Grant Nelson to pass? Gets away from Illinois. Loose ball collected. It ends up in a wide open 3, and that's good for Aiden Holloway, who's got 15 years. Last time Mark Sears was scoreless, he was playing for the Ohio Bobcats. In fact, it's the only other career game he was scoreless. And Sherrill throws in his first 3. Nope. Into Philon's hands. No look. Live. Amori, oh my, he's going to the line for a three-point chance.
Reitzel. Philon. Reed. And one. And the offensive rebounds are starting to... Nelson went up to get it. Philon back with it. Nelson can do this. Alabama back on top. And drawing that up. Surprising to see Purdue have... Philon right back to Nelson and two more. With some pace, Alabama getting right to that pick and roll. That weak side is emptied out. Air ball. He's their best three-point shooter. He'll try again. Second time but to go. It didn't faze him one bit, Paul. That's a guy that can get it going with one of the most efficient players in college. Line. Nelson. Skip past to Reitzel. Huge. Boy, what a look, though. Labaron Philon easily could have taken that shot, but he had the presence of mind.
Alabama's lead stretches to 6. 7:15 to go in the first. Nelson tees it up. That's good. Another.
He can do so much. It's a big shot there for Kobe June. Gets his confidence going. Was able to hit one earlier.
Philon to the corner. That three's perfect. Hello, Diabate. Sears to Philon with the fake. To Amori and Clifford with the first 4 for Alabama in the second half.
Now this is the pace that these two teams like to play. Within striking distance, you might be able to come away with the steal.
Jaron Stevenson on the floor with 4 fouls. Philon finds Clifford.
That's a beautiful play. You go guard, pick and roll.
From the elbow or the free throw line. And there's one of those layups. Boy, that is Clifford Omori, the 6'11".
Or Omori really known more so as Labaron Philon with the steal.
And a throwdown from the freshman, Darion Reed out of Grovetown, Georgia. Up ahead to Aiden Holloway. Alley-oop! Wow. The freshman to the senior. Philon inside, and Omari. They've done that a couple of times.
It was nice, beautiful patience by Labaron Philon. But for nonetheless, I think he's got an opportunity to come back out this year with an even more talented team to show what he can continue to do offensively and the all-around package, as we see what he always does with another score. 20 points in just one game is a career for most people, but to do it 50 times.
Easy dunk for Diabate. Omori with another rebound. Alley-oop back the other way, and that'll be a flush for Diabate.
That's a good in. Former assistant coach who's been with Nate Oates knows him very well. The McNeese State game, and Will Wade, a familiar foe in SEC, as Max Skarnowski able to get into the action. His feet, and the team is loving it.
He had 7 points a year ago, and how about the alley-oop again?
Philon.
Left the 3 short, and it belongs to Philon and the tie.
And Alabama out in transition again.
What a play by Clayton. Just plain and simple took it over by Walter Clayton Jr. to lead to that fast break bucket for the Gators.
It's that free safety in here.
Off the leg of Philon, and it belongs to Florida.
Good with that spin move. Just great footwork by Thomas Houck.
Philon stripped, still hasn't scored today.
And it was Handlocked who stripped him.
Each side defense over here hugged up like they're at a junior high dance. No one gets to form an eye in the middle of the floor.
That one did go back court.
Yeah,
that's a turnover. Quickly back to the junior.
Follows basketball in Jersey. He's so absolutely special.
Philon throws an alley-oop that was picked off by Cardwell.
Cardwell did a great job rotating to that basket.
Underneath. Rebounding is going to be a gigantic part of this game.
Terrific hustle by Philon, but Florida comes out of there with it.
One thing Alabama cannot afford to do, Dave, is
Loose ball out of bounds. It's to Tennessee. How about that pressure by defense on that baseline? Philon, a soft pass, and it got picked off.
That's defense, man. That's why.
Two halves. Here's Matthews.
Oh, that should have been a
Philon,
foul.
yeah, he grabbed his jersey. And then we got the 3 extras. And it was loaded. I mean loaded with great stuff. Mine's about half empty. Molly, how'd you do with your snack bag today?
And then kicked out.
They got to get Nelson going. He hasn't scored at 25 in the first meeting.
Great defense that time by Travis Perry in a game that hasn't featured a ton of defense.
Alabama and those dribble handoffs trying to blow him up.
Philon ran into 2 blue shirts and then threw a tough pass to Amore to catch. Noah's a good 3-point.
They need a couple of good ones.
How good is that? A little jump hook from Williams.
My point is, if he gets at least 500, I can understand. You're below the 500 mark, you don't belong in the tournament. You
Such a
should be not
difficult
recognized.
comp for Alabama.
Right on the road, you have to have the ability to throw the ball inside and score, and if not get fouled. A good job by Kentucky.
And good hands by Perry to knock it away from Philon.
You got to stop those turnovers, man. That's been.
He had it go down.
Should have given the ball inside the car. He was posted in great position.
Philon dribbled himself into a turnover. Garrison. Boom.
Offensive rebound by Perkins. It's going to be a game to see what happens. Can't turn it over against a Missouri team that gets out and runs and shoots it well in this building.
Part of the 105 left. Alabama. What do they do here? Philon lost the handle. So did Bates. Stevenson on it. Sears.
Wow. Lead of the game. Philon into the paint. Lost it.
Looked like Broom knocked it away.
Kelly. Pettiford.
Philon. And stroke it tough, too.
Philon trap, bad pass. Larry, one-on-one, throws it up and in. Watching Aiden Holloway play. What a difference a season and a uniform can make for him. Philon ripped that one. And a good job that time defensively by Hope.
Those are the turnovers Alabama.
Behind Wall, boy, does he have great body control to lay it up with the left. Now he gets the ball again. See if he throws up another one. Alley-oop. That'll work well.
It's amazing. And the amazing aspect is the fact that head coach Nate Oates will challenge his team. And a lot of coaches in games, he's not afraid to do so.
Dylan James. Lawrence missed the lob. Philon floater. Sherrill tapping it into the hands of James. Here comes Demery. Lawrence a corner three.
Philon a little hand fighting, and he slipped on the floor, and he's out of bounds.
This from Bama, very uncharacteristic.
Stolen. Jordan Sears. Also wearing number 1.
And Mo Diabate gets his team a new 20. Philon turns the corner, bounces. It's a race for it. Nickel has it. Numbers lob it up, and the throwdown. MJ Collins.
That won the double in the SEC regular season and tournament title that he had in his first season, going to the Final Four in last season. Now he is for his last outing for Alabama and play.
Development you will receive here in this system, which operates like a pro franchise, basically. Edwards wants 3.
Collins, but it bounces to Sears. Stevenson again, the aggressive drive, but he kicked it out. And Williams takes it away from Philon.
Great hands trying to go between the legs, and Williams right there to knock it off.
Crowd wanting travel. Philon on the drive. And it's Kentucky ball.
This has been a physical game from the...
Be able to pick up a cheap foul on Sears.
It's an Alabama team historically under Nate Oates starts with the 3, but they're a much more efficient 2-point shooting team this year. Jay Davis made it look easy. coming off a 10-point performance in the win against LSU. And here's Ole Miss with great defense again. With a screen from Nelson. And Philon traveled. And we got whistles after the fact. Philon went in.
Handled the pressure for the majority of the first half and turned it into points on the other end.
Mark Sears slithers that pass. Philon tried to dump it down low and off the fingertips of Nelson.
Nate Oates told us they get the majority of their turn.
Labaron Philon not shooting the ball especially well for Bama lately, and that one's knocked away by Kalkbrenner. Here's Creighton on the run. They will
communication and execution. Nate Oates furious, and he's going to get a sub in right away for the post.
take it away. Kalkbrenner ends up with it. Now Ashworth leading a 3-on-2.
Just keeps a straight line to the basket.
Philon tried to wrap it into the corner and threw it away. 9th turnover of the game for Alabama. Creighton.
Same exact play that they had on the first three he hit.
They've already had a McBuckets, but if he keeps it up, and he could earn McBuckets 2-point.
Travel. High volume three-pointers from Nate Oates' teams. Always want a paint touch out of that as well. And Philon walks with it. Labaron Philon, one of the best point guards.
In there, Barthélemy moving without the basketball. Great screen by Biddle to get him open.
Shelstead back on the floor trying to contain Philon, and that's going to be a foul on Alabama. Basket.
Kind of a reoccurring trend. I mean, getting to the rim, he had such great success right away against the length here of the interior of Alabama.
It's 10 and a shooter. Labaron Philon pulls it back, and now Bailey with a steal. Bailey on a breakaway, and he hammers it home. And the foul. Durkak all over Philon. Philon gets a step, and Durkak recovers and gets the steal. Here's Bailey now. Down. Wow, what a finish by Dylan Harper. Bama comes right back. Harper with a steal in transition. Harper pulls it back. Now we go. Bama controlling the opening tip.
And I like this right here. The defense of Houston against this high-powered, up-tempo offense. Right away, a turnover by the Crimson Tide.
Right on cue from Ali's report. But Mark Sears said, look, we're playing well. I don't need to go back in to get points on the board. The guards are flowing. Maybe not the case here. Another forced turnover by Houston McCryer. Bama with a basketball. Francis just picked up his 3rd foul for Houston. And coming crashing in is Tugler. No, I beg your pardon. That foul's on out.
Philon weaves his way through orange jerseys. Stolen away.
Made Lawyer in double figures now with 10. What a first step.
Oh, he traveled, yeah. And he picked that pivot foot up. That's one where Labaron Philon has got to come to a jump stop.
Who's Stevenson?
McNeese takes it away.
Marshall.
Alabama trying to find some offense. More defense from the Red Wolves.
They go into counterattack. Nashville like to run up and down the court, get in presses, play at a high tempo. Obviously, Alabama has a lot higher quality athletes, but at the same time, the styles will be similar.
Well, Alabama,
they're able to do a lot more when you talk about switching and playing up in tempo, getting into the press situation, as they were able to do even off the missed free throw. It was a critical possession in the last missed free throw there by Toyas. Talk and play at the same time and back it up. Communication is key.
Philon lost the handle, threw it out of bounds.
NCAA tournament, as we mentioned, High Point, Longwood, Asheville, amongst those few at the top that will be competitive.
Team cannot beat. I know that. The crowd wants Anderson to put a shot up. He does!
Which is a point guard center. As he took that ball up. Brea with Philon, lost him. Came up well short. Perry can't get that one to drop. We'll get that phone number to you in a second. It's a 5-point game, and Lanier's trying to get some more. No, with a left and a goaltend. It was
down to Jones and the Tigers.
Playing 4-on-4 right now.
Jones short on the three. Johnson the rebound.
Barnes gets cut off by Sears. Padula right by Dia. Got in the paint. And a nifty shot to get that off before Amore could block.
5 out of 6 at the line. They lead it by 3.
And that's the difference right now. Texas A&M only 6 of 12 from the free throw line to start this on the floor when you consider Holloway as well as Philon and Sears is better ball handling.
Boy, Phelps loves that move, banks it in, count that. And he'll be headed to the line. You talking
the crowd as he goes to the basket once again, not concerned about the shot clock.
Phelps again, that lovely angle that he loves so much off the glass.
For him to shoot a three is off of an offensive rebound because the entire defense is collapsed in the painted area. Sears taking advantage of it.
Phelps a little wild and A&M with the ball. Obaseki with the drive and drops it in.
And Obaseki waving off his team.
Seiler fighting inside. Too strong. There's Philon.
By Mark Sears, the senior out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
And Sears has not shot the ball as well as he did a year ago. His three-point percentage is...
Creighton's got a 4-on-4. Nobody picks up Ashworth, and he takes it all the way in, and we get a ball game.
How crafty the game is going to be. It's a war of attrition. The team that's in the best condition and the team that can play fast, think slow down the stretch will win this game. A good run yesterday for the ACC, has it, Bo?
No, SEC going 9-1 on Tuesday. And that one win, a biggie, is Clemson knocked off Kentucky.
Riley turnaround. Darion Reed the rebound.
Some high upside freshmen again, like there always are in the SEC. Yeah, how about Auburn into the top 5? So you got the in-state rivals gate here. Reitzel with the big shots in this second half that help propel Alabama to what's going to be perhaps a single-digit victory in this game.
Pass by Philon. He had 21 points, 4 assists yesterday in a 29-point win. Only 27% from 3 on the season, but he's got the green light, and he seems to make them at big times.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get his feet set and dare him to shoot it.
29, less than 10 minutes in.
How fun is this?
Aberdeen, the turnaround. Out to Condon, back to Clayton.
Rebounding for Alabama is going to be a 5-man job.
The pull-up, short. Chinyelu, another offensive rebound.
A couple of Kentucky kids, Noah and Perry. Owe has Garrison on the roll. He throws it up too strong. Yeah, they're missing too many in the paint. Sims wants it again against Amore. It's Brea who penetrates and hits the floater. Kobe Brea scored the last 5. He just... An important last minute of this first half. Brea. No. Point, a 10-4 start for Alabama, then outscored 38-35 by Auburn. Kelly. Yes, it was down and then back out. We'll see if Broom or Cardwell can take advantage of that.
Jimmy, I don't think they have a shot for a #1 seed unless they were to win the SEC championship, which they're capable of doing.
Well, right now they're the... Look at Pearl calling those plays with Mike Burgomaster in his hip pocket. Really good job by Philon. Bruce Pearl has 2 timeouts as well if he doesn't like what he sees. 3-point game. Pettiford, right hand. Oh, what a soft touch.
From 2-point range, that's best in the country.
Clayton, tough shot off balance, but he's able to hit. He's got 6 games this year.
That was not his calling card, but I think he's an NBA guard. He's small, but he can really score.
Has it blocked, but he was fouled on the drive. That's the first foul in the game.
Elijah Martin to drive him back.
Clayton for 3 off the dribble. Now Clayton, you met
Philon as an assistant. Maybe not right now. I don't think he should do it right now. He's too good of a player.
Sherrill with the basket gives Alabama a 2-point lead. The 3 way off from Clayton.
Well, guys, one thing to keep an eye out for, Aiden Sherrill was back in Alabama's locker room being evaluated for a face injury. I'm told he...
Block out by Ruben Chinyelu. So many quality big guys that Florida can bring into the game.
You saw Martin at the scorer's table. He'll come back in, but the guy that replaced...
Ziegler penetrates and denied. Boy, Labaron Philon got back after he had gotten beat.
Against a physical defense like Tennessee, Youngblood just got 2.
Youngblood had 7 threes in the last game. He came out with South Florida.
Great hands by Philon, Dick. Lanier, here's another turnover. Volunteers have made 1 of their last 7, make it 1 of 8, 1 of 9.
Shot selection becomes so big. Quality shots when you come down the stretch here in these possessions.
Ziegler bangs into Sears, and by doing so, lost easy.
I mean, you got a top block, you got to do something and not let those Alabama shooters just stroll into wide open looks.
Youngblood 4 3-point field goals, and that's going to be way.
Number 45 in the country. That's not good enough to get to the Final Four, and Nate Oates knows it.
Hubbard had to throw it high over a challenging Diab's
basketball, golf, track, Arkansas's men's and women. 11 number 1 teams out of 1 league right now.
Hubbard no good in the fight tonight for Alabama. 22 points for Chris Youngblood. Warren can't get it to go. We'll get a timeout. There's another 3 from Stevenson. I'll tell you one thing. I like the plaid jacket concept too. That works. Back the other way with a 3.
And defensive efficiency and top 30 in offensive efficiency. All those teams you're reading off, Ravi, are inside that group right now, are flirting with them. Alabama's defense.
Next basket for Alabama would be their 100th point.
I'm going to do it too. Everybody else is doing it. What are they doing? Do you know what this means?
You should go up there and ask. Whew.
Oh,
Hubbard,
he's a shark. I get it now. Shark now. It is what it is.
Yeah, but the troubling part, to your point, is the last half of the prior game against Oklahoma. And
His foot, does he? Yes, he does. 8 seconds on the timer. Perkins got 4 assists today, by the way. Puts up the 3. Rebound down to Nelson. That's South Carolina LSU, that is. At the top of the league, along with Texas. South Carolina's got to bounce back, by the way.
Perkins! Can kick it and then play out of it.
They're leaving some points on the line, though. 5 for 9 so far. Pull up by Pettiford is good.
He has got so much game.
Beaten a lot. These 2 teams we're going to see Saturday, 1 loss in conference each.
Well, the most difficult thing to do in college ball every year
is the score change. They waived off what was originally ruled a goaltending basket interference on Ivisic. When we went to that last television timeout, they ruled that his hand was through the rim, but
under 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Bama has led by as many as 14. Demery lost it and was fouled by Philon.
Murphy has the size mismatch instead. They decide to go to Hubbard. Shot clock is at 5.
Snatch back to the tray ball. Phenomenal.
Hubbard with his runner, and he will be bumped and go to the line.
That's why I think they should get you one, just because I'd like to see that. Step back. Carter can't get it to go.
46% LaFleur. They've gone on this 15-4 run. MJ Collins off the bench. He does give this team a good start.
Oway has been everywhere for Kentucky.
This impacts the game in so many areas. One of the toughest guys. He got hit on that shot. His arm got hit.
Maury to crowd that lane and see if they can beat us from three as opposed to beating us in the paint.
And Bama third in the country. Field goal percentage from 2. Illegal screen. Sharp.
Classed up. He could be a freshman right now. Reclassed up to join the Crimson Tide a season ago. Another opportunity at the rim denied.
Well, Maury with the... So Bama by 4. Aggies with the basketball. Phelps kind of been a one-man show at times offensively, has 11 points.
Soft touch to be able to finish it off.
Yeah, Alabama showing no signs of backing off here. Phelps gets his own miss. And we'll set it up now for Buzz Williams. Trying to make a run. He'll drive it inside. He can't connect. Payne up and in for 2.
How about 17s?
And come back to life offensively.
And an opportunity to get this within single digits.
Straight on. It's Phelps to drain it.
Thomas gets a screen from Pringle and buries the 3.
This is a mentality that... Here we go with the screen and roll again. The screen rescreen with the drop coverage defensively. You put your defender at a bad position if you're Alabama. To guard. Give them that pocket pass. Make sure your help side is there.
Kobe right.
That's good basketball right there. 2 feet in the paint. Confidence going, and then he'll be able to hit the outside shot.
Got to credit the defense of Labaron Philon. Hand in the face, forcing the miss.
And relentless on the O boards.
Richard, Alabama just comes at you in waves. They are so deep on the bench. 8 minutes to play here in the second half. Fears probing his flip off the rim.
Seiler. Left that short. Maury the defensive rebound.
So many players want to look at volume. They want to look at how many shots do they get, how many minutes do you get. What's more important as a player is what you do with the minutes and the shots.
Nice drive. And nice rip. Pinoam too short. Matthews on the inside. Mark Sears now with 8. After starting so slow from deep, they were 0 for their first 8 from behind the arc. The Tide have started to heat up a bit. North Dakota squad by 1. 4 minutes into half number 2 here in Grand Forks. Eagle staff missed everything that time. That tonight. Eagle staff stripped. Maury the hustle. Philon will get their first ball to get just an inch of space, and he has taken advantage. Here is Eagle staff again. Trayson Eagle down by 6. Eagle staff stepping back and knocks down another tray.
Creighton hasn't scored the last 4 minutes plus. Ashworth fouled on the 3. And a veteran move will get to the free throw.
Great build to him. A little bit more physical player that can obviously shoot as well. And then Philon, you've seen what he can do when he gets in the lane.
Late in the shot clock and off the back rim for Ashworth. There are plenty of shots to go around with this great depth that Nate Oates has. Neal downhill and 1. And it's a second on Labaron Philon. Ashworth fakes the kick, finishes.
That's sick, man. I mean, he refuses the ball.
A lot of time with the ball in his hand. Shot clock at 7. Steps through, launches a 3. Wanted a whistle from Philon, and empty possession for Creighton.
And Alabama right now trying to pull off what would be a really quality home win.
Ashworth buries the 3. He's got it.
Yeah, hasn't been shooting the ball that well. Like I said, in open, 28% from the three-point line. Has to find his rhythm, but I like the body control and the fact that a guard with his upper body.
Elliot Cadeau handling, hesitates, and left hand a little too strong. It's 18 in turnover margin against Oregon and against Rutgers. Davis, too strong. Nelson the rebound.
He let his hair out now, you know. He had it in braids, and now he's letting it go. It's paying off.
I feel like you could draw more fouls with the hair out, too. It's
kind of like Fletch, you know, back in the here against Harper. Diabate, jack of all trades, but he has size and physicality.
Ace Bailey, pull-up jumper is good. He got a little man.
So long, can slide his feet, causing that turnover by Sears.
Bailey, another pull-up, same spot. And he got another one. He's got a 10 seconds between the shot and game clock. Turning the corner, and a Nelson block. Martini is there. He is fouled.
And pace is going to be big. Alabama wants to get up and down, make it a track meet. Houston's very deliberate in their half-court attack.
Uzan misses, gets his own on the 4:33.
Right now, Houston's offense is on a little dormant here.
Cryer answers for three. L.J. Cryer puts the Cougar.
Off season, he's moving to the 4 position, which is similar to Durant.
Uzan drives around and down it goes.
Or more, but he is scoreless so far tonight.
We do know this about Alabama. They will continue to shoot the ball quickly. If they go on a drought, you can work your way back into the game. He told me he woke up one morning, his gut told him Alabama's going to be the best place for you. Pretty good fit so far. And they've been driving the ball with success.
Fun matchup with the freshmen Reed and Riley locked in the corner. A bump and no whistle. Nelson the rebound. Got exactly what.
2 in December was 92-86 Boilermakers. Matt Painter said we didn't guard them, they didn't guard us. But we came out with more points. Good offensive board from Kaufman-Wren, winning that part of the matchup so far. Smith left open.
He is getting some open shots. Alabama giving that up in that drop coverage.
A ridiculous 75% from 3. Just hit his first. Straight up that time.
Good contest. You had Morey up and then that defender there getting Mark Sears different level. But when you show that type of effort, you've got to bring that every night.
Now called against the freshman Philon. Alabama had to wait till inside.
And with the ball, that's Allen Breed, scored 18 in their opening night loss to a very good South Dakota State team. Could very well lead this club in scoring. After with the 1-point advantage. Just a minute and a half into this unique non-conference battle. This is Breed. That one rattles in. Allen Breed, a lot today. He's talked about it at length in the preseason. The talent is there. It is obvious. And can everything be moving in the right direction?
Win the Sun Belt right now. Hanging in this game, largely thanks to free throws. To the rim, Taryn Todd gets it up too.
Really good.
Final 3 minutes of the first half. Arkansas State trailing by 9. Out on the three-pointer, and the ball will go back.
That one's in and out. Rebound. Solomon. Marsh now. Shot clock at 12. He'll line up a 3 and buries it. Knew it the moment he left his hands.
Great.
Up and under move. Nice work from Jordan Marsh to stay with it. The transfer from
things. In the collegiate game, you're playing 2 halves. In the NBA game in high school, you're playing 4 quarters. You're playing 48 minutes in the NBA. You're playing 40 in college. You have 6 fouls. In the
10 players who have scored so far tonight. Bulldogs. The left-handed shot goes down from Jordan Marsh. Had to limit his.
Nate Oates is yelling at the ref saying they think it's a foul. Coaching into the last second. And it's important for everyone to be that.
Scored today.
And it was Handlockton who stripped him.
A cut by Aberdeen. A tip by Handlockton and down to Philon.
Instead, he throws up an air ball. And Almanor, nice play to Chandler to keep it alive. There's Williams. No foul called. It looked like he got hit on the arm.
Yes, on ESPN2. Tennessee is 4th in the SEC, yet a #1 seed perhaps right now. Great cut, but a missed layup by Clayton. That's his first miss. That goes baseline. It's cut off by Youngblood. From the foul line, Chinyalu trying to track down his own miss, commits a foul. And that
in-arena MC. He's got your Sunvolt jersey. Oh, a little razzle-dazzle here. Mitchell gets everybody flying. How did that go in? Open. Vanderbilt's most reliable three-point shooter. That's Nickel. They get a new 20. Nickel rejected by Philon. The rookie.
Amore, an outstanding guard, but it's the three bigs that they have: Clara Strack, Amelia Hassett, and Keone Key. Watch what they're able to do with their play for Kentucky women's basketball.
Fears dumps off, up and under. Nice finish for Jalen Moore. And a timeout.
Doesn't leave anybody underneath the basket to be a rim protector, and that's what Nate Oates, that's what they do.
Davis comes to the basket and finds him, and he puts it in for the deuce.
Shared it with Yakachonis. Misic has a mismatch. Gave it up. Boswell. Drew the foul. Number 3 on Grant Nelson.
He's going with his left hand. Froze the defender for a split second. One more bounce turned on the Jets all the way to the cup.
Trying to get it on, but a turnover.
Their defensive numbers, which they struggled with last season.
Stevenson with that first basket, a cut to the rim from Rubio. That one is denied. And
making that move where he can put it on the deck and slam over the top. It's the talent in every position that makes him so dangerous.
In and out, loose ball, saved over there. No foul. Diabate took it away from Brea. Philon, Sears, 3-ball. For the remaining 23 in this game. Philon is guarding Brea. Chandler, underhand pass. Williams couldn't handle it. Kentucky's got 7 turnovers and a Kentucky defense. And Sears just got one. Williams, that's a turnover, and here comes Philon one-on-one with Brea. Up and in, Labaron.
Clifford Omori, 6'11", out of Nigeria, 250, has been phenomenal. Look at the hands by Philon. He picked Pettiford and lays it up. That's freshman on front.
To keep Florida from being able to come off that dribble handoff action, and that means it's going to be a back cut.
Youngblood couldn't handle the pass, but Florida turns it over again in transition. Philon.
Youngblood just got 2.
Youngblood had 7 threes in the last game. He came out with South Florida.
Great hands by Philon, Dick. Ziegler fouled him. That's going to be 3.
5 games, he got 16 points every game.
Shooting really well. That's there's an example of not having Ziegler on the floor. Lanier, here's another turnover. Philon, a pull-up 3. No good.
Well, you got luck. Shooter on the year is Nelson. It doesn't come off his wrist clean.
There's a steal. Lanier went to the deck, and they will have a 3-point.
Quality shots when you come down the stretch here in these possessions.
Ziegler bangs into Sears, and by doing so, lost the ball. Philon, green light special, lays it up.
That beauty, are you kidding me?
I'm going to enter tonight because you got a chance to win a Porsche box.
Diabate works hard for the rebound, muscles his way up, but he can't finish. Here's Philon, knocks it away, and Labaron. Philon gets it back to 18. Alabama, what do they do here? Philon lost the handle, so did Bates. Stevenson on it, Sears cashes in. A wild scramble.
It's an isolation. Nowhere to go. Kent lost his footing, lost the ball. Philon, flush.
Boy with a shake on Brazil. Not a good shot. Push ahead to Knox, intercepted by Philon. Now Philon.
Damian Collins to inbound it and threw it away. One last chance now for Alabama. Philon lets it go off the mark. So after 22. Turnover. Philon has it. Holloway
between the legs.
Scoring almost 90 points per game. It's scary to think what they'd be shooting if they were making a little bit higher percentage.
Stolen away. Philon behind the back. And a foul on Robinson.
On the drive, slamming on the brakes. Phelpson gives it away very quickly on the turnover. A quick layup, but it won't drop for Philon.
Second chance opportunity for the Tide, and Reed can't do anything with it. Loose ball off into the hands of Davis. He's out of control. Little sloppy here. Holloway will back it up.
With him on the offensive boards and with a putback is huge for the Tide.
Jalen Moore double team stripped away. Alabama coming away with it. This is Mark Sears.
Seiler drove to the basket. You have to follow that up with an offensive rebound. When you don't do that, you allow Alabama to get out and run.
Philon with a steal. He'll do it himself. The freshman Labaron misses the front end, kept alive, but taken away by Owen Larson. Then a tip and a takeaway by Philon. Foul called before Youngblood could put it up.
For Alabama. You mentioned in the first half, Mark, these games right before the holidays, sometimes concentration lagging a little bit. Too much eggnog on the mind.
Their arch rivals.
And the fifth different member of the Crimson Tide guarding Eagle staff.
Here's Philon, the strip and the finish. Eagle staff strips. Omori the hustle. Philon will get there first. Great double pump and finish.
Sprinter, and nobody helps the helper for Creighton.
Speaking of youth, freshman Ty Davis from just up the road at Mountain Brook High School turns it over in his first possession. And the breakaway layup for Aiden, down 7. Ashworth, the lob, saved on the baseline, and the loose ball corralled by Bama. 3-on-2. Reed.
Sears feeds Nelson, puts it in.
Just careless turnovers.
Philon weaving, and the lead is 14. Davis hesitates, the feed. And the pass intercepted by Philon. A lot of careless turnovers, telegraph prospect.
Talk about athleticism.
Woo. Careless pass there. Philon, lob.
And Philon with a steal. Philon pulls it back. Oregon does a nice
so far tonight. We do know this about Alabama. They will continue to shoot the ball quickly. If they go on a drought, you can work your way back into the game.
Pocket pick. Philon with the push. I agree, and I'm a fan of curses. Stolen away. Philon, step through. At the end.
Darian Ford being aggressive, lost control of the basketball. Steal by Philon. Fastest on the floor, Labaron Philon.
Alabama, you know they're going to shoot it pretty well on most nights.
Or more, really known more so as Labaron Philon with the steal.
Going with 3 freshmen on the floor right now. The alley-oop, a little too strong. Solomon was there. Philon.
This is a freshman that so many people rave about. And the heady play. Wow, Labaron Philon. Johnny
Paint again. Instead, he throws up an air ball. And Almanor, nice play to Chandler to keep it alive. There's Williams. No foul called. It looked like he got hit on the arm, but no whistle.
Ziegler penetrates and denied. Boy, Labaron Philon got back after he had gotten beaten for a block.
Snatched off the rim by Godfrey. Back into the game with 3 fouls. Blue. Oh, rejected by Philon. One back by Demery.
Oh, don't leave open. Vanderbilt's most reliable three-point shooter. That's Nickel. They get a new 20. Nickel rejected by Philon. The rookie sends it.
Slow start.
It hasn't been shooting the ball that well. Like I said, in open, 28% from the three-point line. Has to find his rhythm, but I like the body control and the fact that a guard with his upper body frame can initiate.
We talked to Brian O'Connell, Pat Adams, and Chuck Jones. They're early in their schedule, too. They know they've got to get ready quick. This is going to be an up-and-down affair. Got a block shot. Another opportunity here for the Cougars.
Especially if you consider his background. Janisic off the mark. White get cut off, and his shot's blocked.
Labaron Philon with the left hand.
The 6'11 transfer out of Rutgers.
And the beautiful dime by Labaron Philon coming off that screen roll action.
Reed off to Sears. Wide second chance. And Omori knows what to do with it.
A great scoop pass from Mo Diabate over to Omori. Once again, it's
ways. One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. You've got to lay a body on someone and fight.
Will Richard lays it in, and Florida scores first.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
And it came from Alabama's SID, so I'm assuming it's accurate.
Little floater by Noah. Again, Darian Reed is... Pettiford's been outstanding here in the first half. He's working in the paint. He throws it high up, no good. Johnson with a back in the basket. Pettiford had a massive first half. Been a little quiet here in the second, but the right-handed floater goes there within one. What a
Dude. Martin graded as soon as he catches it on the inbound pass. Clayton on the drive. The floater is good over the outstretched arm of Grant Nelson. First three-point attempt of the game. Alabama back up one, our 10th lead change. A runner almost banked in, offensive rebound and a foul called on
Alabama. A number 1 seed could be on the line for the team that wins it. Lanier, no contact, and that draws nothing. Coming out of a break here.
There are a lot of guys who are good point guards. It's not 10 I can rip off names, but he'd be my first team All-American based on what I've watched the last month.
Gainey is feeling it. He's got 4.
Two teams are as rivalry as this.
Here's Hubbard. He's open. He needs to see one go through. He's 0 for 3 to start.
Well, he is so...
He had 25 in the first meeting. Nelson.
Kobe Brea has been so good at shooting at home, and that's a nice roll for Brea.
Foot playmaker up top. A lot of zoom action. They really spread you out, coach, and get driving angles as well.
Brea, that's a challenge 3 that was halfway down and then kicked out. Foul, so the idea that they're going to get him involved, he can't do it sitting down. He's got 3 on him now. As Brea hard, flips it up, no good, and a box out of Williams.
Man, the one got to stop those turnovers, man. That's been a downfall this year for them.
Perry steps into a 3. He's on the ground, no call, and he's grabbing his...
Don Daly, Bart Lennox, Keith Kimball are officials today in this top 15 clash. There's the veteran, that's Tony Perkins, 5th-year senior.
Years will just get a quick break. Holloway's got to come in and deliver.
Brill, long 2, puts it in.
See, it's kind of an embarrassment of riches in terms of the number of weapons that Nate Oates has at his disposal.
And they're injured, too. I mean, Latrell Wrightsall is out.
Good pressure by Philon on Kelly. Now Jones gets the shot off, knocks it down. Denver Jones.
He finds Kent. Mark has hurt Alabama before when he was with Houston. He drives into the paint, threw it up with his left hand. They're going to get a foul, and it's going to be against 0.
By the way, Kentucky, you mentioned it, knocked off South Carolina, 23-point win. Otega Oweh had 17.
Arkansas looking for a surge. Well, was well behind. As you look up and it's only a 1-point game, they've been able to weather the offensive storm.
BB, look at the speedy.
There's Hubbard.
It's by the D and lays it in. Man, Hubbard's now up to 50.
Collins. Here's Carter. Philon trying to defend him. That one's off the mark. Tough shot by Carter, and
goes crossover into the paint, jump stop, finds Nickel with 7 to shoot. Tyler Nickel is still scoreless in his first half.
The SEC on block shots.
There are a lot of big bodies on the floor. Kentucky's got 2 starters, 6'11" or bigger. Alabama's got 3. They go 6'11" all in the nation, and they're still scoring almost 90 points per game.
It's scary to think what they'd be shooting if they were making a little bit higher percentage.
Stolen away. Philon behind.
3 assists in that game.
Sophomore transfer from Auburn. Nelson, some pressure on Williams. Oops. Yep, that will.
And everybody going after the ball. He wouldn't give it up. Took it himself. What a big time play.
Brea just a little bit short, out of bounds.
Done it defensively, but on the offensive end, a very slow start. 1 for 5 from the floor. Murray contested 2, and the rebound into the hands of Jark.
And the only shot he missed was when him trying to go down there and be a big man in the post.
Well, that's a tough shot from Jamari Thomas. Got it to go down. A 20.
Dynamic added to his game.
Jacoby Wright, little floater.
That's nice right there. You see them playing the lob as a goal.
Fears wants it with 6 on the shot clock. That's defender on his hip. And the elbow jumper goes. That's now 3 in a row.
A kind of unheralded program that's making great strides with one of the newer coaches in the SEC. There's a 3 lined up by Jalen.
In 1 in his career with the Bison against their arch rivals.
And the 5th different member of the Crimson Tide guarding.
Which is a small community out in the western part of the state. Make his way to the University of North Dakota and then on to we would say a pretty successful pass. Grant Nelson, 17 points on 8 of 12 shooting. 7 rebounds as well. Eagle staff.
Oh man.
It is all falling for Trey.
To get to that strong left hand.
Eagle staff, the setback. King, the loose basketball.
Los Angeles, and of course, Grant, you had the Tide in that Final Four. And now they believe they have a team that could win a national championship.
That's depressing.
Biggest lead tonight. Bama's up by 6. Houston has 7-point lead. Oh, another block.
At the rim. Here's Riley. Open 3, Boswell. We got a ball game.
Freshman, but 3 have already played in his rotation. Smith.
I don't think Smith needs to fade there. Philon falls down on the screen.
Breed had 10 first half points, gets a little separation. Nelson knocked it out, so it's a new 20.
Preseason player of the year in the Sun Belt. Over 1,000 points for him at Louisiana. Here's Darian Ford leading that just short. Crimson Tide with Stevenson. Julian pressured. Fights his way in. Will draw a foul and go to the free throw line when we come back.
You can pretty much count it.
Taryn Todd leaves the three-pointer short. Now the Crimson Tide in transition.
Also organizes his team. They'll have to see what they can do when they go into the bench right now.
Clark, no good rebound there, ripped out of their game with 20 or more points.
It's just unbelievable. You know, I don't know if people understand how difficult that is to score 20 points in just one.
In and out, no good. That rebound too.
Able to be fresh. Alabama's coming at you in waves, and when they're able to do that, it wears down the defense. The shots, the defense, and wears you.
15 seconds to play in this one.
Value shot, but in this game, it's going to be available.
Clayton open. Maddox. A 3 for Walter Clayton. The seed is one thing. The health of Grant Nelson is another. That obviously is, I think, going to be the first question or the biggest question for Nate Oates after the game. How is Nelson, and will he hope?
He really put the wraps on Sears. Sears was 4 for 17. 4 for 17 in that 9-point loss.
They set up Kelly in the corner for a 3. No.
He's really a wiry kind of athlete. A lot stronger than what he looks.
We've had
Similar
one.
to you, Coach.
Guys, we've
Similar
had
to
one
you.
lead change, and now we've got 2 lead changes. 50 to go.
At the coach's point, though, when you go 1 and 10 against quad 1, you had your opportunities if you're Carolina.
Kelly is such a good shooter, and he curled into it.
And he's carried that forward into the SEC.
Game tied at 27, 16 foul by Florida. Richards 3 off target. It'll roll up. Florida's largest lead was 7, and that was when it was 15 to 8. 4 minutes gone by, second half. Nobody picked up Martin. Florida was way off. Condon, another offensive rebound.
He graduated in engineering. What a future he's got.
Lanier pulls up. Will not get the shot to fall, but he'll shoot 2.
To win the Player of the Year in the SEC, or is that a lock for Broome?
Yeah, well, I think he's going to close it down, but not enough for Janai Broome to not win it here on March 1st. But I will say this.
Great heartbeat right now, and Mark Sears in the game now, 17 points. Lanier needed it and got it.
He got it. He moved what?
Alabama trying to close this game out, and it's not going to be easy.
Tell you one thing, a little momentum right now.
Lanier's three, around and out.
In. That baby was
the coaching from Nate Oates. They're up big, and he was just coaching his team in that last timeout like it was a 2-point game. I have not seen him yell that much before. Yelling and
as good as anybody in America with the rock in his hands.
Yeah, he goes left and lefter. You've got to make him do something with that right hand.
Brea, whoa, a rainbow 3.
Are you serious?
Point games.
He's had quite a year.
And so the formula, to your point, it seems right for the Tigers. That is rare to see Grill.
Alabama was way back on January the 4th. They've got 10 turnovers in this game. That's a number you got to keep an eye on.
Stevenson, another guy.
They'd won 11 out of 12 coming in.
Up 7, under 3 to go, Indiana. 72-53 here, and
the guards in this system.
Here's Jonell Davis for 3, and that one is way off. Somebody leave a door open? And then they lost to Oregon to close out the month of November. Since then, they've only dropped 1. Richmond throws it home.
With Big Z not on the floor. Out.
Tied 52% from the floor in the second half. Here's Richmond. Short corner pull-up. Got it! And he's fouled. Mid-range is...
Georgia on the wrong end of an 8-0 run. Here's Demery. It was a good look, but couldn't get it to drop. One back by Sarin. Feeling the game a little bit better now after he missed the first month coming back from injury.
You can tell that the game is played at a different pace for Chris Young.
While on the other end, it's Edwards who goes for about 17 a game. He's got it right here. 1 in the black. A.J. Hogard is their very reliable point guard, number 11. And so
team's performance Tuesday night at home against Ole Miss. They only scored 64 points. Their lowest total of the season, lost by 10 as Ortega Owe.
Right into the body of the defender, the lefty, able to get that short little jumper in the lane.
18.5 per game on the season. And numbers up in SEC's
abilities to play on the inside and outside. With him on the offensive boards and with a putback is huge for the Tide.
Jalen Moore double team strip
for South Dakota State. As Seiler drove to the basket, you have to follow that up with an offensive rebound. When you don't do that, you allow Alabama to get out and run.
Philon with a steal.
Stay it, Bama.
Several, in fact.
Here's isolation mismatch.
sets up a deep 3 from the wing. And 2 strong up for Nate Oates. They're always taking a look at that. They like to be in that 1.2 range. A game against North Dakota, they were 1.29, which is a phenomenal mark. The problem was they allowed.
They need to see some shots go down.
See if they can get a run in the opening stanza. Nice play, great action, and it will draw a whistle from 19 turnovers for Alabama. You mentioned in the first half, Mark, these games right before the holidays, sometimes concentration.
Bama led by 17 at one point.
Probably their top pro prospect.
Talk about athleticism.
Careless pass there.
Brian O'Connell, Pat Adams, and Chuck Jones, they're early in their schedule, too. They know they've got to get ready quick. This is going to be an up-and-down affair. Got a block shot, another opportunity here.
As Alabama is with their on-ball pressure, You've got to have guys that will find a gap and attack it with courage and force if you're Illinois.
Mistake on a paper plate.
He didn't know if he was in Kentucky or North Dakota at that point.
Riley's push shot doesn't go.
Thomas Love getting a tough deal in November, December, and look at where they end up in the Final Four. Tough fade away. Man. And it starts Braden Smith. Alabama led by as many as 6 here in the second half. Shot clock to 10. He traveled.
And develop his game. As you said, it to someone who could be looked at as a next level player. So 6:30 to go in this first half for
Elijah Martin to Clayton. Good pass. Right back out to a wide open Clayton, who knocks down the 3 of the first half.
Here comes the high ball screen.
Clayton refuses it. Whips a pass to Aberdeen. And Diamante down with a rebound. Starting the second half, and he started the game. He is not on the Alabama bench. Again, the last information we had, a left leg injury, questionable to return. Jaron Stevenson starts the second.
Hold out a return if they continue to play in this tournament, and certainly a return in the NCAA tournament. Perry too short.
Alabama pressing up.
Unbelievable.
Room, no, off the back. Not a good shot, but they get the rebound, and Jones knocks it down.
That's a good shot. 25 and 11. And he's been quiet since.
Gainey. Lanier. A little too strong.
I see that name Lanier.
Have to step it up from that standpoint. We've been underscoring physicality the entirety of this first half. Grill can't hit.
And good defense.
Pierce backs his man in, so 8 to shoot. Oh, Grill from 35 misfires. Pierce.
What they call circle action for Wagner, grinding the game away a little bit. Let it fly.
Ivisic.
Yeah.
Fourth 3 of the game. He's got 18.
Hubbard leans in, had it blocked. And another offensive rebound. Third chance. Here's Jones Jr. Fourth opportunity now.
pass to Collins. Chess comes out of there with it. Williams. Long 3 for Sears. Too strong. Diabate on the run.
Clough versus Cliff. Works it back outside. And there's Amori with the rebound.
Does a really good job with that. He does it with some creativity and some flair, and the confidence that he has out there, it just exudes throughout the roster.
Good. Guljovic, the seas parted this time. We'll go back to Woodson for 3. Darius Woodson has been hot. 4:30 to go. This crowd on their feet. Eagle snap for the time. Yes! 14 offensive rebounds now for the Tide as Woodson finds Eagle staff. Too strong this time. Since going over against Illinois, now 5 of his last 6 games, he has scored over 20. Eagle staff with Nelson in his face. No. Woodson nearly had the rebound.
Started by Amori. And so, Kalkbrenner doesn't get a touch really in scoring position, and late in the clock, Neal's 3 is short. Patrick lets it fly. And a whip. Jackson spinning. Powell will try. Can't hit.
Inside, going to Evans. Oh, good pass, wide open, Bamba. That's a guy you can't leave open. He's a scorer. 6-0 run for Alabama. Evans kicks it. Barthélemy, 3-pointer, good. Every time Oregon needs a game. Matching up here tonight, including this matchup with Bailey against Darian Reed, McDonald's All-Americans. Bailey finds an open man in the corner.
Eye to eye and said yes, sir, and went right back to work.
Nagachonis kicks it out. That was sweet. Yeah, that was sweet, wasn't it?
16-point advantage for the Crimson Tide. Oswald with the kick.
By Labaron Philon.
There's Riley for three.
Smith. Lawyer. 3 ball.
The offense going just one of its last 9 from the floor. Long range for Ford, that won't go. And Amori with a tough defensive.
That shot's a little bit short.
Handlocked it. Richard in some traffic on the baseline. Tough shot.
Will Ron Hill with his left. That's on you and your Kentucky defense. And Sears just got one.
Williams, that's a turnover, and here comes Philon.
No good. Nelson had it deflected away by Johnson. Pettiford right hand, no good. Look at the battle underneath. And Nelson helped. Cardwell offensive rebound. Here's Broom. Spin move, pretty right by Amori, who wasn't interested.
Alabama's free throws haven't helped them. They're 7 of 13. Lanier, no.
It's too short for him.
Yeah.
Too short.
Quick, but again, it does not have to be a 3.
Still got a lot of time yet.
Lanier into Nelson. He's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Hubbard is being felt each trip down now as Mississippi State struggling at the end of a shot clock, an air ball. That defense, terrific.
Longer any undefeated home teams in the SEC. Missouri lost earlier to Texas A&M. Hero followed the miss, jams it home.
Shane Montgomery with a save. Demery, floater rims out, and the putback is good. Boy, Alabama's defense is on lockdown right now. Although, as I say it, Sears blows right past Holloway. Well, your Rimford's play. Tyler Tanner gets free. This is Nickel. Tyler Nickel playing off of 2 feet. Nicely done that time by the... Not be my place.
Right, but I do know a place for me.
Yeah. They had a spot for him in Tuscaloosa.
And that's what I'm saying with Philon. Like, you look at his...
Inside. 29-24. Deng Mayor. Good effect by Youngblood. It'll beat Alabama's
background. Janisic off the mark. White get cut off, and his shot's blocked. Labaron Philon with
already 4 assists as well. Lawyer often makes that runner, rebound to Nelson. You're right, he likes that little runner shot.
Defensive to guard him. Beautiful defensive stand.